Hello and welcome to the Solano College Sports Network. For the first time this season, the SESN broadcast is here in Vacaville, California, and boy, do we have a good one for you. The Rodriguez Mustangs are riding into enemy territory tonight in what should be a dogfight versus the Vacaville Bulldogs. My name is Drew Kirby, and outside my shoulders, Holden Beers and Robert Murray on the call for tonight's game. The Mustangs are coming into this game with a 5-0 record and a convincing win versus the Vanden Vikings. Robert, what is Rodriguez going to have to do tonight to repeat their success?
Well, yeah, Drew, Rodriguez has been playing fantastic to start this season, 5-0 halfway through it. And I think it's time we start looking at them as serious threats to take this division title. And last week, they had some really key players help them out on offense. Samuel Hall played a pretty great game, having those 3 key catches for them last week, one being a touchdown in the back corner of the end zone, great catch by him. And then Kalen Highball, also 20 attempts for 151 yards last week. Incredible game from him rushing. And I would expect them to keep the running game going this week, try to attack the trenches a lot this week. And then defensively, just relax on the penalties. We don't want that much penalties this week. And then I can see them being more disciplined because Miles King definitely talked to him about the penalties. You don't want that coming back up into this game, especially versus a good team in Vacaville. And they're looking to stay undefeated on the season, going for win number 6.
Yes, sir. Well, like you said, this is a very important game, as the winner of this game will most likely be the winner of the Monticello Empire League. Holden, these Vacaville Bulldogs have been the kings of the Monticello Empire League. What are they going to have to do tonight to keep that title?
Yeah, I mean, they're looking to continue their reign. I mean, the environment just shows they're the kings of the Monticello Empire League. But this year, it's been a little different. They're 3-2, had a tough loss to Carl Newman a couple weeks ago, and had a really close loss to Granite Bay, where after that game, they switched quarterbacks actually from Jimmy McNeven, the senior, to number 8, Brendan Jackson, who is a junior. He had 3 touchdowns last week in their dominating win against Pioneer, 36-0. So I think that's an important note for Vacaville, seeing how their quarterback play goes on for the rest of the year, and especially in this game, as we know Rod's defense is very good in the past game, forcing Vanden's quarterback, Kaylani McLeod, last week to basically nothing in the pass game. And I think it's important for them as well to be dominant in the trenches, because both teams have 150 rush yards per game on the year, and I think whoever wins that battle wins this game today.
Yes, sir. And now, just a quick moment, let's go down to our on-field reporter, Nathaniel Thomas.
Thanks, guys. Rodriguez is 0-16 head-to-head against Vacaville. That dates back to 2008, and it hasn't been very competitive. That is until last year, which may have been the first page in a new rivalry between these two schools. That's thanks to the junior quarterback in his first year at the varsity level, Dylan Burke. He went 10 for 20 with no turnovers. This year, in his senior year, he's been phenomenal. Rodriguez is undefeated. So if the defense for Rodriguez can keep things close, we have a very exciting matchup ahead. Vacaville has their homecoming crowd here tonight, so they have a record to maintain, but Rodriguez is determined to break some hearts. Back to you.
Thank you for that, Nathan. And with just a couple moments away from kickoff, let's get a word from our sponsor, James Thomas Media, your one-stop shop for all your video production needs. And we are back from the national anthem. Again, kickoff in just a couple moments away. But just right out the gate, you could tell a completely different atmosphere. I mean, you got fire coming out from the crowds, Bulldog blow up. I mean, it's a different environment here at VACA.
Yeah, I mean, the guy is warning people about their cars being in a landing zone for fireworks. I mean, we haven't seen anything like this yet this season, so.
We have not. And I also think a very underrated aspect here is there is no wind right now. And
Yeah.
compared to Rodriguez, I mean, it could get really windy over there. So from a quarterback standpoint, Holden, I want to ask you, since you're a former QB, I mean, what difference do you think that'll make for tonight's game?
Well, I think there won't be a difference for Jackson, the Vaca High quarterback, because he's used to this. He's used to the no wind. He's gonna be fine throwing the ball. But I think Burke is just he's so used to throwing with the wind or throwing against the wind, where he has to put more emphasis on it. He might overthrow Jermaine Missouri a couple times tonight. I mean, that would be a prediction on my end, just because this is only their second away game of the season through 6 games, excuse me. So it's going to be a lot different for Burke tonight, and we know he's been great to start the season. We'll see if he continues that tonight.
So Squibb kick to start this one off, and 46 will just have to sit right on that one.
That's been the Rodriguez special for kickoffs. Squid kicks to start off the game.
Yeah, and it seemed like the Bulldogs weren't ready for it. I mean, you got to watch film on that and know they're going to do that to start the game.
They've been doing that for weeks now.
Yeah.
I'm overall excited for this game, though. I hope it's really good.
I am too. I mean, I thought that Vanden game was going to be really good last week, and it was a good game for sure, but Rodriguez kind of pulled away in that second half there. I think this will be a close game.
I think a big game changer in that game was Jamar Missouri, and I think he's an important player to point out today on the defensive end at the edge rusher. Look at him right there attacking the quarterback, even though it's a run play.
Tanner Boyd is going to get that rush and will gain a couple.
That's what I was about to bring up. Jamar, 3 sacks last week at the DN spot. Just incredible game by him getting pressure on that quarterback.
Yeah, and overall they had 6 sacks total in the game. That was the game. Their pressure on McLeod when he dropped back, every time he dropped back, was just, it was levels different than what Vanden was doing to Rodriguez.
So that run by Tanner Boyd was just a gain of 2. It's 2nd and 8. And another run.
Yeah, and he's their workhorse. He has 83 carries through about 5 1/4 games. So he has the most rushing yards on the team and receiving yards as well.
Just an absolute Swiss Army knife over
Yeah.
there.
He also has 6 total touchdowns through 5 games.
Looks like it's 3rd and 5. Assume we see the first pass for Brendan Jackson tonight.
This is a manageable 3rd and 5 for him, bringing a receiver in motion. They're definitely going to try and get. Yeah, Rodriguez wasn't ready for that, but they're probably going to do some sort of flat concept with number 18 Devin Bishop right there on the motion.
Yeah, so early timeout for Rodriguez. Coach King gonna talk some things over. Can't see who exactly he's talking to. Looks like that's number 6, Malachi Roten. But again, this is a very big game for the Rodriguez Mustangs, as since the birth of their program, they have not beaten Vacaville ever. 0-16.
Very impressive. 0-16, hard to lose 16 straight games versus one team. But who knows? They've been great this year. Hopefully, they can break that streak today.
I mean, they've exceeded expectations this year by a mile. And last year, they may have lost last year, but that was the closest game they've had in those 16 games, only losing by 2 points, 16-14. And Burke had a solid game last year, 10 for 20, 179 yards, had a touchdown, no picks. But this year, I mean, he's on another level. He's got 24 touchdowns through 5 games. That's top 10, I believe, nationally through these first 5 games, which is absurd to think about if you're a Rodriguez fan.
Just the development from junior year, senior year.
He's
incredible to watch.
Yeah, he's already got more passing touchdowns than he did all up last season.
Looks like we will resume play.
Some players threw tape off the field.
10 minutes, 40 seconds left in his first quarter. Motion comes.
Going with the same play.
He's going to drop
Does
back.
go in the
Pressure's
flat.
Coming. Oh, and just missed it right outside the hands of number 5, Jake Williams.
Yeah, I mean, that's a risky throw if you're Brendan Jackson. You've got number 18, Devin Bishop, with momentum in stride going to the flat. If he gets that and gets just 2 yards after the catch, that's a first down. Say he risks it over the middle, trying to throw the slant.
I love seeing the effort by Liam Flores, though, diving on that play and making sure that it wasn't a clean catch for him. Just great effort overall.
So just like that, Vacaville will punt. And a great defensive start for Rodriguez.
Rodriguez does force a lot of pressures on punts.
Not this time. It's a good kick to just outside the 30. Going to be Jermaine Missouri who will get tackled there. Not a lot of movement.
That's about the first time I've ever seen Jermaine Missouri not get a single yard when he has the ball in his hands. So
Usually dynamic player all the time.
Yeah.
That was great swarm into the ball by the Vacaville squad, just not letting them get outside of their shoulders.
And I think that's right there, that's an important key to the game as well. Not only is it going to be a battle in the trenches, but special teams. As we know, Rodriguez doesn't kick PATs and field goals at all well. They punt the ball okay, but they rarely ever punt because their offense has been so lights out this season. Vacaville's got a really good field goal kicker and a good punter.
So to start this game for Rodriguez offense will be a handoff to Samuel Hall. Looks like that's going to be a loss of yards.
Number 17, Samuel
I like that they're
Hall.
getting him involved early this week. Hall was a key player last week, had some key catches in the first half. I like getting him involved. He's such a dynamic player when you do get him involved.
Yeah, and they love to do that little jet sweep with him in motion to the far side of the field. It's just it didn't work against Vanden the one time they did it last week, and then he woke up in the passing game in those last 3 quarters. So I think that's going to be the same case today.
And for Rodriguez, I also want to add, this is probably one of their worst starting field positions they've had all season long.
So 2nd and 12 for Rodriguez. Here's Burke, going to drop back. A little quick pass, and it's to no one.
Because usually this Rodriguez defense gets turnovers, gets stops. They're usually in great field position driving down the field. This has got to feel a little uncomfortable for Dylan Burke here being so far back.
Yeah, and that was a great defensive play by number 80, Adam Cook. The DN just went right over to the screen. He saw it coming after he saw Burke drop back. Made the pass go out of bounds.
Let's see what they draw up here on 3rd and 12.
And if you're Vacaville, you've got to be doubling or at least have a safety leaning over towards Jermaine Missouri's side. And it looks like they are doing that.
3rd and 12. Rodriguez hasn't had to overcome anything like this start off the year. We'll see what happens. Pressure comes. Burke, is he able to escape it? Able to throw it to nobody. But they're going to have to punt.
That's an X factor for today's game, I think, offensively and defensively. Jaden Beeman Santos, that's a name to remember for this game because he's been great on the receiving end, has the most receptions among all receivers offensively for the Bulldogs. And defensively on 3rd down, he comes in sometimes. He's not a full-fledged starter at the end, but when he does, he makes a big impact. I wish he got more playing time on the defensive end.
And I guess roughing the passer.
Yeah, ball is moving up. Will be an automatic first down. I guess who was roughing the passer? I didn't see a flag get thrown.
They could have got him for.
There was a flag in the backfield.
They could have got him for unnecessary roughness for looking at him after throwing him down like that, because that was a 15-yard penalty.
And I'm surprised to see Miles King go away from the run game here to start.
Yeah, we'll see. I would have to assume with the new set of downs, we'll at least see one rush. Possibly this snap right here. Looks like it's high ball in the backfield. No, Burke will draw back. He's going to hit the outside to Jamar Missouri, and that's a first down.
That's just such a good throw by Burke. I mean, he's got Vac Heisen in cover 2. They got number 25, Jelani Wiggins, just sitting in that cloud flat, waiting to pick that ball off, but he knows Jamar Missouri is 6'5", so he puts it right where only Jamar Missouri can catch that. I mean, that's a beautiful throw.
And that's great by Jamar, just sitting in the empty zone where no one else is playing, getting that wide open field for him.
Looks like ball's at the 53-yard line. It's going to be handoff to high ball. Just to gain a few.
Yeah, I mean, the protection also on that last play was great from Rodriguez's O-line. Play before that, Beeman Santos got through almost immediately, and then Burke's got great protection, throws a laser to Jamar Missouri. And it's always positive to have a good run play as well after that.
And this Vacaville team's got to be looking at that. Like, we got pressure on them on that 3rd down stop. Penalty causes a first down. You got to be – can't shoot yourself in the foot like that.
So 2nd and 7.
Vacaville's got to bring the blitz. They're man.
Yep, there it comes. Burke able to throw it out. It's to Jamar, Missouri. Can he get it? No. Good defense there by number 25. But
wow.
A flag is thrown.
I don't know about that. That's good coverage, especially when you're guarding a guy like Jamar, Missouri, 6'5".
And I think in a game like this, you got to let him play a little bit more than you usually would. And I didn't really see enough contact for it to be pass interference.
I think they might be getting him for, I think his back right hand was holding the hip a little bit. But, I mean, other than that, he got his left hand in perfectly. Usually in high school, that's not called, but refs this year have been a little more call happy, I guess.
Brings up first down and 10 from 30 yards.
Two costly penalties. Now puts Rodriguez in good field position. They'll get a handoff there, but a big tackle in the backfield from the Bulldogs. Number 80. I believe that's Adam Cook. It is.
Two big plays so far on this drive from Adam Cook.
Second down and 10.
I mean, just the way he exploded into the backfield on that play, stopping the run immediately. You want to get high ball going, but when Adam Cook's coming off the edge like that, it's hard to get that man going.
So far has 2 tackles for loss on the year. That's his third. I believe they called that for a loss.
Looks like he just got back to the line of scrimmage.
It is second and 10. 7 minutes 40 left to play in this first quarter.
Bulldogs bring the pressure. They don't have a safety helping with Jermaine Missouri, on the outside. Playing just straight man coverage right now.
Burke is looking for him. He's going to have to escape, but it's sacked by number 2 for the Bulldogs, Brandon Morton, one of the team captains, and you can see it with the play like that.
Great blitz design, just got in there untouched. Dylan Burke wanted Jermaine Missouri up in the top of the screen, but couldn't do much really with the pressure coming in his face.
And we haven't seen Burke face a lot of pressure. I mean, last week there was a couple plays where he had to scramble and improvise against Vanden, and he did well. But, I mean, Vacaville's just overall tenacity on the defensive end is just on another level, it seems like. And Burke's, he's not that big of a guy. So we'll see how he handles this pressure for the rest of this game.
So it's now 3rd and long. Burke is going to have to come up with something here. It's going to be a little screen pass. Risky one, but to Trey Sayers, it's a good amount of yards, but not enough for a first down.
I mean, Burke just floated that in beautifully. Perfect touch on it, just out of the reach of the defender, and then Sayers doing the work to get it down.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great job by him recognizing that, look, they're going to drop back cover 4. It's 3rd and long. Just dump it off and let your skill players get run after the catch. And credit to the linebacker there. I didn't see who it was for Vacaville, but he read that play beautifully, and he just missed it by a millisecond. And Burke completes that pass for a solid gain, and now they can go for it on 4th down.
And you got to think about how all this started. It was going to be a 3-and-out for Rodriguez. The penalty has allowed this drive to basically keep moving on, keep moving forward.
Exactly. Both 2 penalties have been crucial.
Now the flag is thrown. Is that on the Bulldogs?
I believe that's Jamar on the outside top of the screen.
And with the first few passes Burke had, it was getting reminiscent of last year's game where 50 completion percentage, no turnovers, but you wouldn't say it was an overall impressive game from him.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he did all right. He did have 180 pass yards, but granted, that was all credited to 1 pass. So, and he had a touchdown. But, I mean, like we've said, he's on a different level this year, so it's hard to expect the same thing from him this year.
That penalty now makes it 4th and 11. Burke, pressure coming again. Gonna have to look for something. It's Jermaine Missouri, but again, not enough for a first down. So a turnover on downs for Rodriguez. This will bring out Bulldogs offense. And just like that, both offenses get a try and end up scoreless.
Yeah, I mean, the Bulldogs doing a great job of just capping off those fade routes to Jermaine Missouri and Jamar Missouri. And granted, their press man coverage on them has been great as well. Jermaine Missouri ran an in route on an earlier 3rd down where a penalty was called and they didn't have a successful play. Jermaine was locked up on a 5-yard in. So I think that's going to be key to see how they match up throughout the rest of the game against these Vacaville DBs.
And it feels like this Rodriguez team on offense playing with a lot of trepidation. You know, Burks, he looks scared back there right now a little bit with how much pressure they're getting through.
And granted, this is only their second away game of the season.
New environment, hard for him to.
Boys carry to the right side.
When you play only two, this is your second road game, you said? Only second one? That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, their last road game was against Armio. I believe the score was 24-12. So, again, not as dominant compared to their home games that we've seen earlier in the year. Something to take note of.
Yeah, I mean, they had 3 straight shutouts at home until that Vanden game. And Vanden they beat by 25, I believe.
Yeah, not just shutouts. The offense was doing its thing
Yeah.
in these games too. So it's second down, another handoff. It's time to number 10, but a good tackle. Great defense from Rodriguez Mustangs. He
There's
can't
a
get
flag.
nothing.
Devin Bishop with the carry, tackled by number 2.
Liam Flores believes that's on Vacaville,
Flag on the field.
pointing to the other side.
Holding against Vacaville.
And it is going to be against Vacaville. That was a great job by Rodriguez's defense to sniff out the jet sweep coming. They like to bring number 18, Devin Bishop, in motion. As we saw in that third down play, they brought him in motion for the pass. This time they give it to him on the jet sweep, and they sniff it out great. Jamar Missouri contains, and Marcy Cias shoots the gap great as a middle linebacker.
Looks like it's
Third down and 15 for
third and
Vacaville.
15 for the Bulldogs. They've been backed up all game in these first 2 drives at least. Jackson is going to drop back, looking for someone. Finds number 0 in the flat. Jamar misses the tackle, and he's going to break through for a first down, it looks like. No.
I believe he's about 2 yards short, but that's a manageable fourth down. I think you go for it if you're the Bulldogs, despite being in your own territory.
Key missed tackle there by Missouri. You got to get him down in that situation. Third and long, you're going to force a fourth and long. Just
Number 45.
you got to be aware and make the tackle there.
And that was a great job by Brendan Jackson, feeling the pressure of the D-line for the Mustangs and just dumping it off to your reliable guy. That's one of the team captains, Elijah Klein, just running that drag route, getting run after catch. That was a beautiful play. But they marked him way
4th and
short.
6,
Yeah. I thought he was way closer than that.
Too, so that will be the Bulldogs to punt.
Jamar came in unblocked on that.
Yeah,
I thought he was about to get a hand on that for sure.
Kick goes out of bounds.
So again, another great defensive possession by Rodriguez defense. And we always talk about Burke and these skill position players, but man, this defense is spectacular.
Yeah, I mean, there's an argument to say that this defense is better than the offense, and they're the reason why the offense is so successful in these first 5 games. They give their offense great field position, like you said, Robert, almost every drive. And they rarely ever allow first downs, and rarely ever get a team's third down conversions as well.
So we'll see where they mark the ball. Looks like it's 30.
Yeah, this
Just
field
outside
position's
30.
unfamiliar territory with Rodriguez.
I mean, 35 still is pretty decent field position. But usually, we see them at the 50 or
Right.
even starting in the red zone half the time.
Only 4 minutes left to play. Fake handoff is the high ball. Able to go on the outside and gets a couple extra yards there.
And that's a great play by Rodriguez to start the drive. You bring Hall in motion. They saw the jet sweep earlier. You fake the jet sweep, give it to high ball, let him get the outside. Yes, he's got great speed and burst. Solid 8-yard gain.
I mean, like you said, Holden, just the speed and acceleration on that play. It looked like he was about to get tackled for a loss, and he kicked into another gear.
And this is great for Rodriguez, as now you can set up the pass game, run a little play action with Burke.
Trey Size is going to go back to the sideline.
Jermaine one-on-one at the bottom here.
Safety's shading over.
It's a little handoff there to number 3 high ball, but not quite enough for a first down.
Right side. Tackled by
I love they're getting high ball involved, though. Last week, had a big game, feeling that confidence. This week, you're like, Coach, let me go to work.
Yeah, I think he solidified himself as the running back one. As we know, they've been rotating running backs between the Sias brothers and Highball. And we saw Highball explode last week for 150 yards.
3rd and 2. The handoff up the middle. Doesn't look like he got it. No. Great defense from the Bulldogs there. Now the question is, will the Mustangs go for it?
I mean, great push by the Vacaville D-line. They're just not allowing for any room to get the first down on that play.
Yeah, that's a great job by Evan Cheatham. He's playing nose right now, and he led the push there, supported by Jaden Beeman Santos and Adam Cook. That's huge for your confidence as on the defensive end.
Doesn't look like they're going to go for it. The special teams unit once again.
It is early. You don't want to get carried away.
Two minutes, 35 left. Still 0-0.
This is unusual for a Rodriguez football game this season so far. All been very high scoring.
Almost a blocked punt there, but just able to get it off.
Both these teams coming in clean on these punt block attempts. Just got to get your hands on it.
But yeah, just going back to that Vanden game, I mean, it opened up with a kick return touchdown. Not at all anything close to the game like this we're watching right now.
Yeah, I mean, we've barely seen any first downs. There was a solid drive there on the first drive from Rodriguez, but granted, that was because of Vacaville's penalties. Not many quality offensive plays to get yourself good field position without a penalty. Solid play from both defenses so far. And there really has, other than the penalties against Vacaville, there hasn't been that many penalties, which is something that both teams really got to limit in this game.
All right, we kind of saw with that Vanden game. Vanden did get a couple calls thrown on them, and that costed them greatly.
It's going to be a dogfight to the end, though. 2:20 left in this first quarter. Nothing. First downs are hard to come by tonight.
I think every game here is a dogfight. We're in the dog pound, Robert.
That's the pun I was going for there, Drew.
Brendan Jackson hits his receiver, number 14, breaks through for more. At the 40, still on his feet. Looks like he's at the 35 and finally goes out of bounds. Great run there from Eamon Santos. Like you said, Holden, player to look out for.
Yeah, I mean, he could easily play tight end for this team. He's a big body, plays D-end on the defensive end as well, so you know he's a big body. And Brendan Jackson does a great job. 3-step drop, throw it right on the slant route to Beeman Santos. Let him get some yards after the catch as well. It's a great play by Vacaville to start this drive.
What strong legs from Santos. Looks like he wanted to carry him all the way to the end zone until he got out of bounds there.
Biggest play of the game. Both sides. Bulldogs go back to the run. Not a lot there, but.
Number 2, Brandon Morton with the carry.
Interesting. So far in the first two plays of this drive, Brandon Morton's been in at running back. We know he gets some playing time in the backfield with Jackson, but usually we see Tanner Boyd. He's been the key piece to this offense, and so far he's not in for this drive.
I believe last game Tanner Boyd had 30 carries. Not close this time around. Here's Jackson going deep to the end of the sideline and clamped up, but a flag is thrown again.
Pass is incomplete to Bishop. There's a penalty on the field.
And that will move up Bulldogs to another first down.
Yeah, I mean, Jamani Elliott just got to get his head around right there. Know that the ball is coming his way. Said he kind of just bodies the receiver with his body, but not turning his head around. That's an easy call for the ref.
That's going to be a coaching point on the sideline for him, making sure he's aware to turn that head next time, because you can't. Face guarding's not going to help you much there when you do that. Make sure to turn your head, find the ball, swat it away.
And I liked that throw from Brendan Jackson. You know, on the rollout, you've got one-on-one with one of your top receivers, Elijah Klein. And he had solid protection. He had Jamar Missouri running behind him, but it was a rollout pass. He just got up there one-on-one. And the ball wasn't in a bad spot either. Just pass interference puts them near the red zone.
Jackson under center. He's going to hand it off to Morton. Good blocking there, and is able to get a couple with a flag again, it looks like.
To the right side. Penalty flag on the field.
I mean, we do say it a lot. This Rodriguez D line gets
Holding against Vacaville.
gets through quite a bit, and it just might be the best part of their defense, getting the amount of pressures they do, the amount of run stops they do.
Yeah, I mean, they should have had a tackle for loss right there, but Vacaville got thrown a flag for holding.
Yeah, so that good blocking I was talking about was a product of holding. Pushes them back.
Yeah, I mean, there's holding every play. It's just most of the time refs don't see it.
Yeah, it just depends on when they feel like calling it. It feels
Yeah.
like half the time.
Yeah.
Look at that. First and 18, Jackson gonna hit a little screen pass there, a high arcing throw. Warren's gonna have to go out of bounds.
He dropped it.
Yeah, Morin just dropped it.
I mean, good play design, got it over the pressure. He had a lot of room to run if he secures that catch.
Yeah. It's just I think Jackson sailed it a little too much, but I don't want to critique him too much, so Morin's just got to catch that, and that's a lot of yards, possibly getting them to first and goal if he can have a burst of speed right there.
Second and 18 now. Another handoff to Morton. Up the middle.
Oh.
Whistle blows. Call it dead.
This is a great job so far by the Vacaville offensive line. Like you were saying, Drew, I mean, they're doing pretty well up front other than that holding call. They're doubling number 99, Amari Williams-Palamu, who has been a wrecking ball for that D-line of Rodriguez. You want to double that man every play.
Yeah, because if you don't double him, he's coming right through that line for another tackle for loss. He has plenty of them on the year.
Yeah.
So again, going back to the Bulldogs' last game in their win against Pioneer 36-0, Tanner Boyd had 20 carries. Doesn't seem to be in the workload that much tonight. Jackson gonna go deep to the end of the sideline. Ball was there, but unable to bring it down by Beeman Santos.
That's a good matchup. I like him going to that part of the concept, throwing it up to Beeman Santos, as he's got Trace Saez on him, who's a little bit shorter than him. Let him try and go up and get that. Just not able to connect there.
So looks like we'll be going for a field goal. Like it's Rome, Rigo.
And this is what I was saying. Vacaville's got a way better special teams in terms of kicking and punting. The fact that they're even attempting that just shows that they're willing to do that.
I mean, kicker just missed the ball.
Just a little.
Just a little.
So
Not his best kick, but he'll bounce back for sure. This special team unit, like you said, holding of Vacaville is just, they're usually super dominant in these types of areas.
Yeah, I mean, he was kicking 50-yarders and was barely hitting it in pregame, so sometimes the pressure of the moment, though, does hit you as a kicker.
It is homecoming night.
Yeah.
He might be feeling a little more anxious, trying to show off for
He's
the
probably
date
thinking,
he's got.
yeah, he's probably thinking, oh, my date's about to see this. Oh, can't miss it.
So Burke with the ball now. 30 seconds left. Little pitch. Oh, but Bulldogs defense all over that. So number 17, Brady
Rogers with the tackle in the backfield.
Brady Rogers in the tackle in the backfield. Clock is running. Looks like that will be the last play of the first quarter.
Yeah, and Brody Rogers, he just does a great job of containing there on the outside pitch, and he's been doing that all season. I think he leads the team in tackles for loss, I want to say, playing that edge position.
And this Rodriguez O-line's just they gotta be able to hold up on these pressure plays. They're allowing too much in this first quarter. The second quarter, they're gonna have to clean it up a little bit more.
So that is the end of the first quarter. Still scoreless. Not the start I expected personally. I thought there would have been a little bit of scoring, but it looks like it's shaping up to be a heavily defensive-sided game.
Well, I think an interesting point to take out of this is Tanner Boyd didn't play a single snap that whole drive so far, or that whole drive of Vacaville, excuse me. And he's been their workhorse on the offensive end, leading the team in receiving yards and rushing yards. That's a huge loss if he's somehow injured or don't know exactly what's going on that sideline. But
well, and then the other side of that, Rodriguez is going to have to capitalize if he's not in the game. If he's not in the game, you got to be able to get these stops and get points out of these stops. You can't just allow your defense to do what they do. So they might give up one explosive and you're down 6-0 just like that.
And credit to Vacaville, they've got a lot of depth at that running back position. So even if they're losing Boyd, they've still got Morton, and they still also have a bunch of other guys that can run the ball. So it won't be a huge loss for them, but that's still your top player out of the game for the time being.
Yeah, so going into this game, Morton, he had 4 carries, 2 of those being touchdowns, and a total of 17 yards. So possibly their goal line back is getting majority of the snaps to open up the biggest game of the season.
Got Hall in the backfield here.
Motion comes again.
Oh, trick play.
It, going
Oh.
deep to Jamar.
Oh, wow.
What a play.
As you can hear, this away side just got very excited on that trick play. What a throw, by the way, might I add.
That was Trey Sias on the trick play, by the way, with that throw. That's insane.
Trey threw that?
Yes.
Oh, I did not see that.
Absolute C.
That is a bomb.
Hurry
by
up
Trey
offense.
Sias. Again to Jermaine. Is able to bring it down again.
This is what Rodriguez has to do. Hurry up offense. Just get the ball down the field quickly. Get yourself into good field position. They're already in the red zone now after 2 plays.
And you're getting your number 1 playmaker involved. You're making him more confident as the game's going on, as 2 big catches right here, right now on this drive.
Yeah, and Vacaville's not ready for this hurry up offense.
So Jermaine Missouri, 2 back-to-back catches. And now he's in the end zone where he lives, but a flag is
Offsides.
down.
I think it's offsides on Vacaville.
I think so too.
Vacaville got a little jumpy there.
That was number 40, Kobe Ortiz. Just had them blitzing on the outside.
Just got to hold your water there. Even though they're going hurry up, they decided to slow it down a little bit more. You got to watch the ball and what the center is doing there.
This is a great choice by Miles King to start the second quarter.
I agree with that. Miles King trying something different here, trying to get this offense going, and it's working as we see so far.
So that makes it 1st and 5. All on the 14. We'll see what Burke cooks up. Looks like it's a handoff to Highball. And Bulldogs all over that yet again.
Yeah, Brody Rogers just stuffs him at the line of scrimmage.
He just gets through that line so quickly.
Yeah.
Looks like he's the youngest on the field, too. Just a sophomore. I mean, really crazy stuff there.
Yeah, I mean, him being a sophomore is just insane to think. But also, Devin Bishop, number 18, punt returner, also got a few touches on offense. He's a sophomore as well. Starter. Bright future for these Bulldogs.
Burke drops back and is looking for his number 1 target. Jermaine is able to bring that down. Are you kidding me?
What an adjustment by Jermaine Missouri. He had one hand tied up, brought that in with his left, controlled it through the ground. What a catch.
That's just a beautiful drive there from Rodriguez. From the trick play to the comeback route to Jermaine and then throwing it up to him in the red zone. That's what you want if you're Rodriguez. Give your 6'5" top recruit receiver, it feels like, a chance in the end zone one-on-one. And he comes down with it. I mean, that's insane.
How special is this kid, man?
I believe he's 14th in all of California in receiving yards. Insane.
2-point conversion attempt coming up. We've seen this quite a bit.
If they go with the toss that we normally see from them, Vacaville will see it coming.
Oh, a bad snap.
But there's a flag.
Maybe false start.
Flag on the play.
So I would assume they redo the play.
False start on the offense.
Now, if you're Miles King, I get that they always run this I formation on the goal line, 2-point conversion or whatever. But just get Jermaine or Jamar one-on-one and just throw it up to them. I mean, come on.
You can see
That's all the Lions would do when they had Calvin Johnson, and it worked.
Tracy is telling coach, hey, let me kick it here. We move back. Might as well give me a shot.
Yeah, looks like that's what they're doing.
It is what they're doing. They switched up the unit.
Yeah.
I mean, the couple extra points we've seen from the last 2 games they've had, they've been pretty solid. So we'll see what he can do here.
Sias looks like that's good.
He says, "Coach, give me a shot. Look what I can do. Split the uprights perfectly for you."
That's a good play for confidence as well for Rodriguez's sideline.
Ladies and gentlemen, we stand up here.
From the special teams to the defense side of the ball and the offense side of the ball, Trey Sias, an all-around athlete.
He's even throwing the ball. I mean,
Right.
jeez.
Yeah, I want to watch that back, actually.
yeah.
I got to see that play.
Well,
throwing
it
footballs like
was a
that.
great play design because they brought high ball in motion. They pitched it to him on it looking like it was a jet sweep to high ball instead of Hall. And then he pitched it back to Sias, who was playing tight end. And then he dropped back with protection from Hall and Burke and the rest of the offensive line. He just threw it up to Jermaine.
He's going to be icing his elbow after that throw, though. Put all of it on it.
Yeah. And that was a quarterback throw.
It was,
Yeah.
I mean,
He's
if
like, "Coach, next year."
not next year, they
Oh,
could
not
pull that out next game.
Next
Yeah.
game. And as you can see on the kickoff, he just lays the ball flat on the ground, causing for awkward spins. Never mind. As he picks it up. I thought
Well,
that
no,
was-
sometimes on the onside kicks, he does put it sideways, to your credit, Robert. Oh,
Onside kick there.
great coverage.
Yeah, Bulldogs able to recover that and will get the ball at about midfield.
Yeah, on those kickoffs, he usually mixes it up. Sometimes
Yeah.
the ball's flat on the ground, sometimes it's stood up on the tee. That's why I was saying that, because usually he lays it flat and he gets those awkward bounces.
I mean, he could be laying it flat because of the wind at Rodriguez.
That's true.
So, and there's like no wind tonight. He doesn't got to worry about that. And that was a pretty good onside kick to his credit. Yeah, that was just great coverage by number 44, Aiden Pope, for Vacaville.
Well, now they're giving Vacaville great field position here.
Yeah, and it looks like Tanner Boyd is there in the backfield to start off this drive. Motion. And they'll start it off with a handoff, but a big tackle by Williams Palamo.
I mean, Williams Palamo just immediately getting through that offensive line of Vacaville, getting that another tackle for loss. She just keeps racking them up.
That was also number 6, Malachi Roten, assisting him, just a sophomore. We know those Roten brothers, on the Rodriguez defense. It's a force to be reckoned with.
We're going to count as a loss of 2. Just hit the 10-minute mark in the second quarter. Jackson keeps it for himself. No, excuse me, in front of the middle for nothing. Caught me.
And that was a great play filling the hole right there by Emil McPeters, number 10. Just shot the gap, saw the inside zone was coming to the left side. Made a great tackle as well on Boyd. Only a gain of a couple, forcing a 3rd and long.
And again, just credit to this Rodriguez front four. I mean, their run defense in general has been impeccable all year.
I think the clock should be running.
The clock is running now.
Now it is, yeah. So that was just a run play. The clock should stay running on right there.
It's because a player's helmet came off last play.
Oh, okay, I see.
3rd and 9, Jackson. Gonna have to make some magic. Oh, and sacked! It's Williams Palamo again. Fingerprints all over this drive.
I mean, this guy's just a stud D tackle down there. Getting through that line, coming back on the pursuit.
And that's what happens when you don't double him. We were saying it last drive. They were doubling him. He got driven back 5 yards. If you don't double him, he's going to make a play.
I mean, and wait for him to get like back there and just stopping the scramble.
Jermaine, Missouri.
The punting unit comes out yet again from the Bulldogs.
As you can see, this pressure by Rodriguez. They're all getting up on that line.
Are they able to block it? No. A high kick from the Bulldogs.
Good bounce.
Yeah, good punt.
I think another thing to point out for Vacaville is that quarterback Brendan Jackson
I don't
has
mean to cut you off here,
4.
Holden, but looks like we have an injured player right here for Rodriguez hopping off. Looks to be number 10.
Oh, no.
Peters.
That would be a huge loss if he can't continue.
1st and 10, Mustangs.
He was hobbling on that leg to the sideline. He's not feeling good.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he might just be cramping. Yeah, I believe he's just cramping.
Rodriguez offense back out there. Samuel Hall in the motion. Looks like it's to Highball, who gets stuffed up the middle.
Highball with the carry, tackle by number 40.
I think we're going to need to see more outside zone schemes here today. The interior D-line from both of these teams, they're just stopping that run so quick.
Yeah, not only is the D-line really solid for Vacaville, but also their linebackers fill gaps really well. Kobe Ortiz right there shooting the gap on Highball, seeing that the motion wasn't going to Hall. Instead, it was going to be an inside zone to Highball up the middle. Great job. And he was assisted by number 6, Matthew Parks, I believe.
Rodriguez does use eye candy a lot with all these motions, trying to distract you there on defense.
Work a pitch to Trey Saez. Gain of a couple.
That was a great job of him cutting back as the outside was not there. It was a great containment by, I believe that was Matthew Parks on the contain. Saw it was going to be an outside pitch, but a counter from Trey Saez, just cutting back to the middle of the field.
High ball comes back in. Burke is going to drop back. Got lots of time looking for Jermaine. And good defense there by number 1 for the Bulldogs, Tommy Johnson.
Yeah, that's a team captain for them, and he's mainly on the defensive end of the ball, playing outside corner, and he's assigned to Jermaine, Missouri all night. Did allow a touchdown that last drive. Wants to feel better about himself and redeem himself.
Good job by Johnson not getting fooled by that comeback route by Missouri. He's just kept his eye on him, made sure he didn't get past him, and then stayed on him on the sticks.
So it looks like number 10, Emil McPeters, back out on the field. So it seems his injury wasn't nothing too serious.
And I think he knows on that comeback route that he can stay down a little more because he's got safety help over the middle from Elijah Klein.
Yeah, because Vacaville was playing cover 2 there, and
yeah,
he was shaying over to the left side, coming over to get Missouri.
I mean, that's a great game plan if you're Vacaville's deep. That's what you should be doing against a team like Rodriguez, especially when you have a weapon like Jermaine Missouri.
So there was a flag on that play. Looks like the ball's going to be brought back.
False start.
Didn't catch who it was. Looks like Trey Saez will be ready to punt here.
Oh, high snap. Oh, no.
Past him.
Now Vacaville's going to have first and goal from the 2-yard line.
Great play there by the Bulldogs. I mean, they didn't have to do much.
Yeah.
That's got to be super deflating as a Rodriguez defender, knowing you have to go out there and make a stand right away. But that can also be used as motivation. Hey, let's go pick up our teammates here. Bad snap. Let's go force this so they don't get a touchdown here.
Yeah, Trey Saez really upset. He threw the ball to the sideline after he recovered it. And that's a crucial play if Vacaville scores right here.
Hurry up offense. Of course, here's the handoff. Looks like it's no.
Nice job there by McPeters.
It's Tanner Boyd that tried to bring it in, but again, a great defensive stop by McPeters.
We've been saying it all day. These D-lines, they're just stout, able to stop the run super quick. It might be very useful for them here on this goal line.
I mean, if Rodriguez is somehow able to hold them right here, that's a huge confidence boost for your defense.
Looks like they're going quick again. It's to Boyd again, but this time he's able to get in for a touchdown.
Touchdown, Vacaville.
Tanner Boyd again adding another touchdown to his resume. And he's starting off this season very precise, exactly how he wanted to.
I mean, that's a great play design by Vacaville on the goal line. You know, hurry up, run up to the ball, do 3 running backs in the backfield, kind of like that West Coast style run game, and just give it to your best guy. With all the blockers ahead of him, he only needs 1 yard right there. It's a great play.
I like the fact they went back to it. After the first attempt failed, you go back second attempt, makes your team feel a whole lot better. They executed that time around.
Oof.
Kick is up. Looks like it's good. We are all tied up.
Kicker's down. No flag for roughing the kicker, though. He got hit on that.
Still down. Again, the kicker, Rome Grigo.
Getting up to his feet now.
Kickers aren't used to getting hit, so.
Surprised they wear shoulder pads half the time.
Here at Tom Zanino Stadium, we stand up for the kickoff.
So 6 minutes, 50 seconds left in this first half. We are all tied up, just 7-7.
Yeah, I mean, it's been great defense from both teams. Rodriguez's defense, unfortunately, has to start the drive on their own 2-yard line. I mean, if you're a Vacaville, you've got to score right there. So,
Great job of them for taking advantage of the opportunity given to them. But if you're Rodriguez here, you want to go down, get a good drive going, get that bad taste out of your mouth from last drive.
Rigo is the one that will kick this ball. So,
Kicking for the Dogs, 33.
hopefully not injured badly. Kick is Keelan high ball. He's got some blockers. Able to get past the 40. Still going. And just passes the 50.
that is a great return by Highbaugh. And he had blockers as well, but that stiff arm and then trucking over a team captain for Vacaville, Tommy Johnson, going out of bounds.
That's a grown man play right there on that truck. Just absolutely said, "Get off me, little boy."
Honestly, I think if he cuts inside right there, he's got more space to run. Could have taken it back, to be honest.
But that's great. It swings momentum towards Rodriguez's side. You just had that bad play happen on special teams, and now you're right here on the 50 on offense.
Burke's got trips to the right side and empty. They're definitely passing the ball here. Possibly a screen to Jamar on the far side.
Trying to get his athleticism involved here. A little communication from the refs here.
Looks like we're ready though. So here's the motion. It's to Hall. Burke is going to keep it himself. Good run there. It looks like a 7 yards.
Yeah, I mean, we rarely ever see that from Rodriguez. Sometimes they run the QB power Burke, but it doesn't usually work, so they don't pull it out ever again. This time they start. First time they do it, it's a good gain.
I mean, you'd be surprised with how much it doesn't work with how athletic Dylan Burke is.
Yeah.
Burke drops back. Able to scramble out of pressure. But is it getting to throw it out? No.
Oh, no, he got that out.
Are they going to call it?
They're going to call him
incomplete?
down, I think.
Tommy Johnson.
On that play there, Dylan Burke's just got to throw the ball out of bounds. You can't try to flip your hips in that situation. You got 5 Vacaville players coming on you there.
Credit to the Bulldogs defense, though. I mean, they were all over that one.
Yeah, and there was good coverage down the field as well. They had doubled Jermaine Missouri, and Jamar was covered up as well on the other side.
So they are calling it. No, not 3rd and 4. It's 3rd and long.
Yeah, they called him down like right when he threw it.
There it is, 3rd and 15. They're gonna throw it to the outside.
Oh,
Jermaine
my.
Missouri, and another catch to bail out this Rodriguez offense.
I mean, what can we say about this kid?
That might be his best catch all year, seriously.
You think so?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I mean, the way he extended his arms right there and grabbed it with his fingertips. I mean, are you kidding me? On 3rd and long as well, and that's a beautiful throw by Burke. Only Missouri could get that.
That play takes so much concentration, too. You're up against the sideline, manages to get a foot and his fingertips
And he's getting
on the
doubled.
ball.
And he's getting doubled. That's insane, man. This kid is unbelievable.
The amount of adjectives there are in this world, you can throw on that man right there.
So again, another first down for the Rodriguez Mustangs. Jermaine's gonna take this one out. 4 minutes, 45 seconds left. A handoff to Highball. Up the middle. It's like about a gain of 5.
It's a great run there from Highball, and good blocking up the middle from Rodriguez. It's a good way to start your next set of downs.
Well, like we were saying earlier, this game's going to be one in the trenches, and they're starting to get pushed against that Vacaville D-line. Maybe they're starting to tire them out a little bit more.
So 2nd and 5. Very close to the red zone.
Got a lot of options here if you're Rodriguez. Got trips to the right side.
Burt keeps it for himself.
Nice.
Makes a couple tackles, still going. And just inside the 5-yard line. What a run by Dylan Burke.
I mean, that's the athleticism you were talking about, Robert. We don't usually see it much from, haven't seen it much from him this year, excuse me. That's just a great, hard, gritty run by a quarterback.
I mean, what a smart decision to keep it there instead of giving the ball. If he gives the ball there, loss on the play. He decides to keep it, makes some magic happen down inside the 5-yard line.
Got Trey Sias in the backfield. He's their power runner. They're probably going to give it to him on 1st and goal here. Has Jamar one-on-one, though.
Is looking for Jamar Missouri. Oh, but it's swatted away by number 1, Tommy Johnson.
I mean, what a player Tommy Johnson is, huh? Like you were saying earlier, Holden, team captain, he's showing out right now. He's like, come on, guys, let's get this stop here, not allow a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, he's the smaller man going up against those 2 6'5" receivers. He's only 5'9".
I mean, as a Bulldog, he's got that big dog energy.
Yeah. I think Burke actually audibled into that as he saw he had Jamar one-on-one, no safety help. Now they got Klein over there helping.
I believe we do see a run here.
Samuel Hall in motion. No, he's going to pass. He's able to hit Trey Sias and is able to get in for the touchdown.
That's a great play call from Rodriguez. Play action, dump it off to Trey Sias, who you thought was going to get the ball up the middle. Let him make a move, make a man miss. Beautiful score.
I mean, did you see the finesse on the juke right there? He said Euro step over with the ball and then reached across for the touchdown. It's like he's playing basketball for a second.
Trey Sias, just another great game. He's had great games all season. Looks like it's shaping up to be yet again another one. They are going to go for 2. Is it Rowan who was able to bring that
That's
in?
the big boy. That's a big boy.
2-point conversion is good. It's now 15-7.
I mean, as you saw, they went with the dive over the pitch. They've been preparing for pitch all week, probably Vacaville has, because that's been their dominant 2-point play. And then you give it up the middle, not expecting it, and it works to perfection.
I mean, let's not forget what started that was the great kick return by Keelan Highball, going into a great calculated drive from Rodriguez. I mean, that was a great play calling as well from Miles King throughout that entire drive.
And the thing that's going to be highlighted on that drive the whole time, the catch by Jermaine Missouri.
Number 18.
Yeah, 3rd and long as well. That's a crucial play for both teams.
So there's 3 minutes, 15 seconds left to go in this first half.
Number 4.
And we'll see if Vacaville's offense can answer. Credit their one score. I mean, they start on the 2-yard line. We haven't really seen much success from them offensively other than that. So we'll see if they can answer.
Good. Yeah. Goes to the end zone.
Surprised we don't see that a lot more of Rodriguez.
Well, it is Rodriguez. You got the wind against you.
Yeah. He must have been working on his kicking too. I mean, we never really.
I will say
there
I
is
did
the
show
wind
up early, and they were kicking a lot pregame. That's all they were working on pregame from when I showed up today. So who knows? Rodriguez might have a special teams unit going forward.
Yeah, well, it seems like Coach King always has some type of tricks up his sleeve.
That's for
He's
sure.
got a lot of options available, especially with the players he has at his disposal.
So many athletes on that Rodriguez team.
Can Jackson drive down the field before halftime? He's going to start with a handoff. And it looked like number 1. Was that Tommy Johnson who parried that? No, it was 3. It was Tanner Boyd.
Brings up second down.
Gotta eat my carrots.
Vision going a little blurry on you?
Yeah, a little bit there.
At least you're not wearing glasses, man, like me. I mean, if I didn't have these glasses on, I can't see any of the numbers.
Well, to be fair, we are a little bit higher up, which I do like. Rodriguez were normally very close, but here we're at the very top of the stadium.
Yeah,
it's a great view.
See the whole field.
I love it here. Here's Jackson. Little screen pass to Tanner
Oh,
Boyd, and he's
no.
got a lot of open field. At the 50, and is finally tackled. Good run there by Tanner Boyd.
That was inches from being a tipped pass almost into a pick 6 from Jamar Missouri on the defensive end.
There
He
is
saw
a
the
flag on the play.
he saw the screen pass was coming and nearly got up to pick that off.
I think this one might be coming back.
Looks like it.
Personal foul against Vacaville. Looks like hands to the face.
Oh,
Here comes the Goose.
Called hands to the face. It must have been one of the blockers downfield.
you just can't let that happen. You got so much momentum from that one play just for it all to be wiped back, and here we are back where you were.
I mean, that's what's been killing Vacaville mainly this entire game so far. First drive when Rodriguez scored, or had a good drive, didn't score, but it was a pretty solid drive, but it was mainly because of Vacaville's penalties, and they lost momentum because of that.
They are killers.
So ball is back at the 20. Jackson's going to have to work some magic. It's going to go deep to number 0. Is it Elijah Klein? Almost picked off by Jermaine Missouri. He's still strapped up regardless.
Risky business right there, throwing towards Jermaine Missouri's side. We saw how many spectacular catches he's had today. I'm surprised he didn't pull that one in.
Yeah,
That's a rare sighting.
And it's tough throwing up against the guy that's used to going on go balls offensively. He's seeing a ball going towards him like that. He's like, man, I'm so used to this. I'm gonna catch this ball for a pick. But I mean, we never see him drop those.
Just a little unfocused there on that.
Just like that, 3rd and 10. If they're not able to get something here, it might be trouble for them. Brennan Jackson got a couple blockers, and his pass is just a little too low.
And that drive only took a minute off the clock,
Right.
Drew. Rod's got some time to take a double-digit lead.
We know they have some deep threats on the outside in the Missouri brothers.
And both their scoring drives have been very quick drives. So that's something to note for this final drive for Rodriguez.
I just got a feeling this time on this punt, it might get blocked. I just got this hunch. Rodriguez is motivated. They see that score. They want to be like, let's make it a 2-score game right now.
Is the broadcaster jinx a myth? Or is Robert Murray Houdini? Almost. Was able to get it off, though. It's about midfield. No. Ball's still going.
It's a good bounce.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to put it out there.
Yeah. I mean, they've been very close so far this game. I'm sure it might happen maybe once by the end of the
second
game.
half.
I mean, I think Vacaville's got a game plan for that a little bit better. You got like 4 guys from Rodriguez inches away from blocking those punts multiple times.
I mean, as a punter, that has to be a scary position
Yeah.
here, and you're seeing just all this pressure right on top of you trying to get the ball out cleanly.
Yeah, I would not want to be Brady Wright in that situation.
Dylan Burke goes back on the field. He's got 2 minutes and 18 seconds to get something going here.
I got a feeling the smooth operator here is going to make some magic happen.
He's putting on a thriller so far.
About to make me sing Michael Jackson over here.
First play of this drive. Looks like a bit of miscommunication as Burke keeps it for himself.
It's tough as a quarterback when you're doing that read option. You really got to take your time on the read and really sell the fake as well. It's just that time he took a little bit too long to the side, hadn't made a decision yet, and Highball was ready to go, but Burke was ready to take it himself at the end of it. Luckily, it was only a 1-yard gain instead of a 1-yard loss.
Yeah, so 2nd and 9. Clock is ticking. It's now a minute 40 left in the half.
We got trips down at the bottom.
They're going to go empty now. Put Sias on the slot to the right side.
Pressure comes. Oh, and swatted away. Number 17, 80 Rogers.
Number 17, Brody Rogers.
Yeah, I mean, he's been a game changer so far for this Vacaville defensively. And they sniffed that screenplay coming as they saw Dylan Burke drop back. Quick, happy feet when he dropped back. You know that's a screen coming to Jamar Missouri on the outside. They saw the motion trace Sias as well to help block on the right side. Great job by Vacaville's defense right there.
4 to 9.
Same formation coming up. I mean, just this press coverage on Jermaine, Missouri makes me a little nervous for Vacaville.
And they got that safety over a bunch.
They were going to hand it off to Highball. Won't go anywhere.
I mean, I would like to see Samuel Hall go on a slant route over the middle. He's got plenty of room if that's what Miles King would call, but obviously they're sticking with the run here.
Yeah, I think that was just a bit of a defensive play there from Coach King. Just wants to have the Bulldogs burn their timeouts. Really going to...
And you can pin him back deep here, too, if you can get the punt off. Last time it didn't go well, but...
Rodriguez, they're trying to spoil this homecoming night.
Well, like we said earlier, it would be history.
It would be.
And if you're Rodriguez, you know Vacaville scheduled Rodriguez for their homecoming game because the team that has homecoming always schedules it, gets to choose their opponent. So Rodriguez knows, hey, they think they can beat us on homecoming night because they want, you obviously know Vacaville wants to win that game. So that kind of gives you a little bit of an extra motivation if you're Rodriguez.
Last year, Rodriguez was very close to beating Vacaville. It ended up losing 16 to 14. But you look at the years before that. I mean, Vacaville wins 41 to 12, 42 to 6, 63 to 8, 42 to 10. I mean, the list goes on. They've been dominated for the past 10 years.
Got tipped.
Blocked. So looks like he'll be at midfield.
By number 40.
I was telling you guys, I've been worried about this pressure these lines are getting on these punt units. And we got a clean block right there.
You jinxed Rodriguez. You said Rodriguez was going to block a punt, and then it was Vacaville that blocked the punt.
You may have me right there, but I don't believe in announcer's jinx right now.
Just not right now?
Just not right now.
Maybe in a couple hours.
Maybe if my team was playing football, I would be like, yes, there's an announcer jinx.
So Bulldogs have a chance to put some points on the board to end this first half. There's a minute 15 left on the clock. Ball's at the 49.
And it's important because Rodriguez does get ball at halftime.
Brennan Jackson looking to the sideline. Got his man beat. Number 10 for the Bulldogs is able to get him to the end zone.
Ooh, what a throw by Brendan Jackson. One play, one throw, one touchdown.
Jovius Ronaldo.
There is a flag at midfield. I don't think it's coming back, though. White Hat is signaling touchdown.
It will stand, but what a turn of events.
Yeah.
Block punt gives him great field position. Just throw it deep and touchdown, and they're right back in this game.
And that was on Jermaine, Missouri. He burnt Jermaine, Missouri there. What a play.
We usually see him doing the opposite. Usually we see Missouri doing the burning.
Just like that. We'll see if they go for two. I mean, 15-13 ball game.
Plenty of time left in this game. I think you just take your extra point here. You don't want to risk anything because then you start getting more points behind, and it starts adding up on you.
That is actually number 10, Jovias Ronaldo's first catch of the year.
Wow.
50-yard touchdown.
Welcome to the season.
Yeah. I mean, Samuel Hall, going into that Vandy game, he had one catch for a 50-yard touchdown as well. So
yeah,
you got to watch out for these sneaky players. They're trying to prove themselves still.
Man, that's no easy touchdown there. That's a bomb by Brennan Jackson.
And the refs seem to be talking something over here.
Wait, there was a flag on the
It was at midfield.
but the white hat signaled that it was on Vacaville, but it was still a touchdown. So I think they're just discussing.
Going to talk to Rodriguez.
They signaled it was on Vacaville?
He pointed towards Vacaville when he made the signal, but he still said it was a touchdown.
So
They might just be chopping it up though. So.
They're like, what you getting for dinner tonight, guys?
Did you guys see Carl Anthony Towns was traded to the Knicks?
Oh,
East is looking scary. The Knicks, they're going to be nice this year.
how about the Pacers?
Oh, we're winning. We're winning the East. I do say we. I know my Professor Poff doesn't like that because technically I'm not on the team. I do not care. I'm watching these games. I am a part. I put my blood, sweat, and tears in my Indiana
cheerleader?
Pacers. Oh, yeah. Number 1. Undisputed. Best cheerleader in the nation.
You were saying Tyrese Halliburton was the best point guard in the East.
I was. I mean, that's my GOAT right there. Of course I'm going to hype him up. And I know he's going to have a big year. Very excited for the NBA to return. I believe it starts October 23rd. Counting down the dates. Got it locked in my head.
Wow.
At least that's the Pacers' first game. I don't know.
He doesn't care about opening night.
Yeah, no, I mean, they're going to make Lakers Warriors play again. I mean,
It's
two Wash
Lakers
teams.
Timberwolves.
Oh, is it? Lakers
Yes.
Timberwolves? Okay.
Don't disrespect the Timberwolves,
Yeah, I mean,
okay?
new look Timberwolves, Julius Randle.
Oh, God.
Very excited to see how
So
they look.
the
but
penalty got added on to the extra point. So now he's kicking about what is that, 35-yard field goal for the extra point?
Correct.
Like it's the NFL.
Further than the NFL.
Yeah.
the extra point from Rome Grigo. Up.
Oh,
Looks like it's good.
Nice.
Great kick there.
That's a great bounce back kick as well from his last field goal.
Rodriguez 15. Vacaville 14.
I mean,
108 to go in that.
when you're kicking an NFL attempt on an extra point, that's got to add some pressure for you as a kicker. You're like, if they can do it, or if I can do it, who knows?
Yeah.
So a minute and 8 seconds. I mean
we
maybe
got
I feel like we keep thinking that this is a team's
Right,
last drive of the half, and then they get the ball right back.
And one play touchdown, just
Yeah.
like that. I mean, we'll probably end up seeing another long play Jermaine Missouri here.
that's what I'm thinking. I think they'll probably start off with
Kicking for the
fade
Bulldogs.
route.
I
play.
highly doubt they play defensively here, just running the football. Just you
Uh,
guys,
think so?
I feel like
they
you
get.
take
I don't know.
shots.
They get the ball at halftime, and it's tough because they've been doubling Jermaine Missouri on those fade routes with Elijah Klein at safety. And on the outside, they now have number 25, Jelani Wiggins, guarding him.
The double dip is very tempting, though.
Yeah.
These refs are confusing me
Yeah,
half the time. Just play has been really slow here.
I don't know.
Yeah. The Vacaville head coach, Coach Pop, is even like, "What's going on?" He's a quarter of the way onto the field.
Yeah, I didn't even realize him.
I all I see is hand signals from him. I have no idea what he's talking about. Looking like he was doing the YMCA over there. Gotta be careful for an unsportsmanlike there, coach.
Yeah, it goes back to the sideline, so it's like just about ready to finish this first half. And here it is. It's a high kick. Ray Missouri going back. We see what he could do with the ball in his hand. A block from Samuel Hall
got
at the
room.
40. Finally tackled down, but again, just like that, great field position to start this drive for the Mustangs.
And that was great blocking by the special teams returning team of Rodriguez, just sealing the outside for Jermaine Missouri to go and hit the gas up the sideline.
Give credit to Samuel Hall there. He had the key block to seal the edge for Missouri to eventually accelerate onto the outside.
Yes, we love receivers who block. I mean, me and myself as a Niner fan, I know our receivers love to block. It's kind of their identity. Love watching it.
It's about all Brandon Ayuk has done this year.
Right. On my fantasy team,
You think
too.
that
Come on,
con-
Ayuk.
You think that contract's worth it so far?
No.
No, I mean, no.
You think he'll
But-
play up to it?
I hope so. I think so as the year goes on. Burke is going to drop back. Oh, good tackle there.
That's close to a pass interference. He was tackling him before he caught that ball, but that was number 6, Matthew Parks, off the edge.
I mean, if you can see that in real time, Holden, I'm surprised these
Yeah,
refs aren't grabbing at the flag there.
Maybe I should be out there, you know?
Maybe.
Burke. He's got to get it out.
Does get out.
He does.
Vacaville's doing a good job of when he does have to roll out, they're forcing him to the back side, his left side. He's not as comfortable making plays rolling out to the left, and most quarterbacks are like that.
He's just got to get that ball out quicker on the throwaway. He's just taking too much time to throw the football away, causing close for sacks there.
So the clock does stop with 11 seconds.
I think they're good. They should be putting more time on this. The ball was out of bounds, incomplete.
Yeah, it looked like it was at like the 18 or 20 second mark.
Yeah, exactly.
But they're gonna keep it at the 11.
They might be.
They're
waiting for it. I think the White Hat's waiting for it to change. He told them to change it. This half's never gonna end.
20 seconds is now on the clock.
There we go. Okay.
That's enough for 2 plays, I think, for Rodriguez. Completion, timeout, if they have any. I believe they have one left. And then another completion.
Burke rolls out. Does hit that slant up the middle. Unable to go out of bounds.
The clock was not even running that entire time.
Yeah, clock wasn't running.
Does that result in a replay?
The PA announcer is saying the first half is over, but it doesn't seem that way.
They just took 5 seconds off.
I don't know.
Timeout Rodriguez.
Yeah, Rodriguez did call timeout right after Sias went down.
That is their final timeout.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they got good field position. They're at the 32-yard line. They could easily throw it up to one of the Missouri brothers. You just got to see if they can run a post instead of a fade. Catch the safety off guard.
I'm going to keep looking at this scoreboard, making sure no ghost seconds get added on.
And I mean, they still got 15 seconds. They could, if they
plays at the end zone here.
If they at least could get a completion out of bounds too, and have a couple seconds left, gives them a little more leeway to get into the end zone.
I mean, the way Trey Sias is kicking, I wouldn't be mad with
attempting a field goal here.
Mm-hmm.
Test his range out a little bit, see how far you can go with him.
We'll see what happens with this play, of course.
I got a feeling you just got to throw it up to Jermaine or Jamar, Missouri.
Yeah.
Vacaville's probably going to run a cover 4 drop like scheme on defense. Just nothing over your heads if you're the Bulldogs. Interesting, they're still pressing Jermaine and Jamar with the safety helping over the top.
That's how this Vacaville defense has been playing all night.
The safety is Noah Wilcox. Pressure does come. Dylan Burke rolling to his left. Unable to get it out.
There is a flag.
Clock stops at the 6.
Came out way earlier in the play.
I think it's holding. Yeah, holding on Rodriguez. That should run the clock, I think, and bring us to halftime.
I mean, Vacaville keeps on doing it. They keep getting Dylan Burke to roll to his left, his uncomfortable side, like you've been saying, Holden.
Yeah, and they brought 5 rushers right there, so technically it was a blitz, and it was all on the right side of Rodriguez.
Like I've been saying, it feels like some trepidation for Burke. He's just having that fear of just rolling out left because of that pressure.
Well, it's tough because all those guys are way bigger than him as well. Running at him like he's they're trying to feast, you know?
It's like giving candy to a baby almost.
Or some Skittles from Drew Kirby, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Rally Skittles. Those are my lucky Skittles. After every Friday.
Yes, sir.
6 seconds. They're just going to hand it off to Highball. And we'll be tackled. And that will be the end of the first half. Finally, but we got a great game on our hands. It is 15-14. Rodriguez up top. Robert, what'd you like so far in this first half?
Well, I liked how Rodriguez was playing on their hurry-up drives. On their hurry-up drives, they got so much yardage, and that's how they scored both times. They just threw deep balls to Jermaine, Missouri, got him down to the field, and they ran hurry-up off that for quick scores.
Yeah, I mean, they did great offensively. Just sticking to what they do, running the ball with high ball, going up the middle. They had that trick play, which we've never seen before, and that was a huge momentum booster. And their special teams is doing better than I thought they would. And overall for Vacaville, their defense has played pretty decent so far. I mean, it's just hard to stop this Rodriguez offense. And offensively, they ended the half well with that touchdown from Brendan Jackson. He's going to have to step up in the second half, though, to take the lead and win this game.
So, since it is homecoming night, it looks like there is a little bit more time on the clock for halftime. But don't go anywhere, folks. We got a great game on our hands. Second half coming up.
The exponential growth from the program from my first year to my third year now, that's what keeps me coming back and keeps me excited and just like fulfills me as a person.
It's so impressive, and we every time we walk in here, you guys are doing something different. It's great. It's
nothing but opportunities here, and we have sports to cover, we have the equipment.
Because the more ambitious you are, the more opportunities you'll have.
On-the-job training is huge.
Get the hands-on experience.
When someone asks who can do it, you can raise your hand and say, I can do it. So
joining the class was the best decision I ever made.
Stand by, we're going to go to cut one. And cut one. Cross court to Audrey Jones. Audrey for three! It is good! With 1.3 seconds left on the game clock. Audrey Jones with one of the biggest shots ever.
the sky's the limit, really, with what we can do here.
Hi, my name is Eric Visser. I'm in my 5th year as the athletic director of Solano College. To experience community college and its mission has been an outstanding experience. Solano College has a very rich tradition in intercollegiate athletics dating back to 1947. I'm very proud to communicate that rich tradition is still being continued with fine young men and women that represent Solano College on and off the court. In the fall we have the volleyball program. We have a very successful women's soccer program. We have both men's and women's basketball. And then we transition to 4 programs: baseball, of softball, men's women's tennis, and men's and women's swimming. It is our mission to excel our programs and our student athletes in academics. All of our student athletes are committed to give back to the community. And we would invite you to be a part of Solano College Athletics by visiting our website www.solanoathletics.com, and you feel a warm welcome at Solano.
Back for the second half of this Rodriguez Vacaville Bulldogs game. It's a good one so far, 15-14. But first, right before kickoff, let's get a word from our on-field reporter, Nathaniel Thomas.
Thanks, guys. 15-14 on this tight ball game here at Vacaville High on homecoming night. Vacaville got off to a slow start in terms of the pass game, but eventually rubbed off any doubt with a 55-yard touchdown, and eventually bringing this to a 1-point ball game. The keys for Rodriguez moving forward: they need to protect Dylan Burke. He's experiencing some pain in his leg, or at the very least some discomfort. You could see that on the end of his drive before the end of the first half. So Rodriguez needs to keep the pocket tight and give Dylan Burks as much time as he can to get off a good throw. Otherwise, we're in for a very good ball game.
All right, thank you for that, Nathaniel. So 12 minutes are on the clock, 24 minutes left to play in total. And I have a feeling this one's going to go down to the wire.
Well, if it's anything like the fireworks we saw at halftime, I hope it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I've never seen a homecoming halftime like that. I mean, it was a full fireworks show. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I graduated from Vacaville High 2 years ago. We didn't have that for our homecoming. I feel jealous, you know?
Yeah, just a slight bit. Just
yeah.
You're like deep down. You're like, that should have been us.
Yeah, I know. This should have been class 2023, man.
will be Rodriguez receives the ball first. Start the second half. It's like Jermaine Missouri and Trey Saez.
I think it's
high ball. Yeah.
This is going to be an important first drive of the second half for both teams, offensively and defensively, excuse me. Vacaville, besides the big plays that they've allowed from Rod, their defense has been pretty solid, especially at the end of that second quarter. They held them to barely anything, contained Burke really well in the backfield as well.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what Miles King drew up at halftime for this offense. Try to get a good rhythm going for Burke here.
Yes, I mean, Miles King, we talk about it all the time. The play calling is exquisite for the Rodriguez Mustangs. Really ostracized himself compared to the rest of the play callers in the Monticello Empire League.
Looks like we're ready for kickoff.
It is. Looks like it will be going to high ball. Past the 20. And not much more.
Lost the ball going out of bounds.
Yeah, he got lucky that ball went to the left out of bounds there. Stays inbounds, you're in trouble there.
There's Tommy Johnson with the tackle. And again, really one of the key players for tonight for the Bulldogs.
I'm still thinking about that trick play from the first half. That's still on my mind quite a bit right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's really what started the big drive from Rodriguez. Is the start of the second quarter, they hadn't gotten much going on offense, and then that play happened right at the start of the second quarter.
So a handoff to start off this drive to high ball.
Number 3 up the middle.
Looks like it was a gain of 4 yards.
Number 80, Adam Cook.
Yeah, it's a great run play to start the drive from Rodriguez.
O-line made a massive hole there, too,
yeah,
for him.
And it's good to get high ball going, especially since first half he struggled a little bit, especially towards the end of the second quarter. He had a couple good runs, though.
2nd and 5. Handoff again. This time not as much as he is stuffed by the Bulldogs line.
3 up the middle.
And as much as we see Rodriguez pass, we know they like to run the ball mainly, as that's what they tried to do against Vanden, and it worked with a 70-yard rushing touchdown from high ball to start the game, or for their first touchdown, excuse me. And just like that, 2 straight run plays to start the second half.
Who knows, they might go with number 3 here. They like to lean on it in their first drives.
It's 3rd and 5, but backfield is in empty.
And they got Jamar Missouri way out there near the sideline.
Burke drops back. Got his time. Looks for Samuel Hall, who makes the play for a first down.
That's a great catch on the sideline from Samuel Hall. Getting blasted as well, and decent coverage from number 5, Jake Williams. Just a better throw from Dylan Burke.
And you got to give Hall credit. What strong hands there to make sure to grab the football, hold on to it tight as you're going down to the ground, not losing control of it.
Yeah, really blossoming into his own as the season goes on in the receiving work. They start off with another handoff to high ball.
This O-line's just got to get more push for this Rodriguez team. The run game, it needs to be there in this second half if they want to win this football game. 1-point game right now, but got to get that run game going.
Yeah, and any play can shift the momentum one way or the other. If they can get a solid 15-yard run, that's a huge play for their offense.
So 2nd and 8, 10 minutes to go in this third quarter. Here's Burke, drops back. Pressure is coming from Brady Rogers. Able to get it out and just a bit high for number 1, Jermaine Missouri.
I thought we were about to see another spectacular catch there from Missouri.
And if he was somehow able to bring that down with just one hand.
OBJ right there, man.
That would have topped his catch from earlier in the game.
I mean, I just feel like he gets better and better as the games go on throughout the season. I mean, we saw a glimpse of what he can do in the first couple games with his long touchdowns, but he's also been able to run different routes over the last couple games, catch the ball in tight coverage, and his hands have just really outshined everything else in his game. It's insane.
3rd and 8. Pressure's coming again from Rogers. Burke's able to escape. Still going. It's a gain of a few, but it's not going to be enough for a first down. Our midfield. Do you guys go for it? Is this 4th down territory?
I look. Looks like they're gonna punt it.
It's a long 4th and 5 to get here.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to risk it this early in the half too.
Yeah, and you got a first down on that drive. It's not like it was a quick 3 and out. Have some positive plays in there.
Ran a little bit of time off the clock.
Yeah. So I think if you're Miles King, bring your offense back, adjust some things, and then you'll have a solid drive the next time around.
And we'll see if they made a halftime adjustment with not allowing pressure through these lines on the punts.
We'll see if Trey Sy is able to get it off.
Another high snap.
Yeah. Barely able to.
Good punt.
Looks like it's at the 20. Just a bit outside.
I mean, way to adjust from the bad snap. Able to haul that one in, get it through the defenders. Got a decent punt out of it.
Yeah, it's high snap, like you said, and had a lot of pressure on the defenders. Amazing how he got that all the way down to the 20-yard line. So, tough field position here for Vacaville.
I'm interested to see what this Rodriguez defense does here. I wonder if they show a little bit more pressure, make it more uneasy for Vacaville.
Well, now Vacaville's shown that they can pass the ball pretty decently, given the fact that they've had to switch quarterbacks throughout the year.
Brennan Jackson won't throw it to anyone. 2nd down.
Jackson's pass is incomplete.
And we know Vacaville's been a very run-heavy team throughout the season, and mainly through Tanner Boyd, and he's kind of struggled today.
Well, he's been on the field, off the field sometimes earlier in the game. We don't know if he's struggling with a little injury he might have going on.
So it's 2nd and 10. Bulldogs on their own 20. Under center is Jackson. He's going to hand it off. Won't get much there from Tanner Boyd.
Boyd with the carry.
Great job at Marsai Size there, filling the gap on the stretch zone run.
I was just about to bring that up. It forced him to cut back inside, causing other players on the defense to swarm to the football and get that tackle for a short gain there.
And it caused Boyd to trip up a little bit under his own feet as well. You see him right there going out for this 3rd down play. Bringing in extra protection, it looks like. Going to have to throw it, most likely.
Ball moves up a lot.
Oh.
I don't know what. I didn't see a flag.
Yeah, the Rodriguez fans don't know what happened either.
They're really moving the ball up. Looks like it's 37.
And now it'll be 1st and 10. They've got Morton in the backfield.
There's a handoff to Brandon Morton.
He's looked like a better runner tonight than, and I'm gonna give Boyd the benefit of the doubt. He might have an injury going on, as he was sitting out that whole drive in the 1st quarter. But Morton's looked pretty solid here.
He has, yeah, and really just such a low amount of volume early on to the year to go out in an extremely important game like this. He's really doing his thing out there.
Against a tough defense as well in Rodriguez. Credit to him.
So it was a gain of 7 from Morton. It's 2nd and 3. They're going to hand off to him again, but this time it's stuffed. I see number 6, Malachi Roten. Was it also
99?
99. Who else but Williams Palamo?
I mean, just great players right there. Palamo, as we know, gets pressure up the middle like usual, getting that TFL.
And he just did a great job of shedding his way on the inside of the blocker, pushing the arms away and shifting to where the run was going. Filled the hole beautifully.
So that turns it to 3rd and 5. Motion is coming for the Bulldogs. Brennan Jackson's going to drop back. Pressure is coming. Able to escape, stays on his feet. Can he run to the 1st down? A good spin move.
I think he got that.
I think he got that too.
Wow. That is a beautiful play. I don't know how he's staying on his feet right there, but Brendan Jackson has got some guts to keep that ball alive and get the 1st down.
He must feel like he's at a circus right now with all the spinning he did there. I'd be a little confused at where I'm at on the field.
As you can see in 6'1" junior stats, on the screen there.
I mean, amazing balance on that play.
Yeah.
6 minutes, 45 seconds left to go. All at the 48. Brendan Jackson. Pressure coming again, but he's going to the sideline. Can't get it.
Pass is incomplete. Line broken up by number 7.
That was great coverage there from, I believe that was number 7, Jamani Elliott.
It was good coverage, but he does need to turn that head around a little bit sooner. A little too late on the head turn, but overall great defense by him.
Yeah, he's a little fortuitous that the refs didn't call that flag on him.
So it is 2nd and 10. Starting with a deep ball pass first. Start off this new set of downs. We'll see what they do. It's a handoff to Brandon Morton. Up the middle. Able to push through for a little bit of extra yards.
I mean, with how this run defense right now for Rodriguez is looking, they're going to just allow Vacaville to do this. They need to adjust and make stops on these plays.
Now it's 3rd and 6. Most likely going to have to pass here unless they consider this 4-down territory. Brendan Jackson's going to have to come up with some magic on 3rd down again.
Was looking like a wizard on that last one.
Third and 6.
Rodriguez going to bring the heat here.
Here it comes. Oh, and just misses the slant up the middle.
I mean, Vacaville had that well protected. They stopped that blitz from coming in. So much time to work with. Just a little bit of an overthrow.
The intended receiver was Matthew Parks.
And there's a penalty on Vacaville as well.
I mean,
unsportsmanlike conduct. That drops them back 15 yards. They don't even have a chance to go for it now.
I'm surprised with how much time Jackson had on that play, though.
Yeah, me too.
Well, he got the ball out quick. Credit to him. He just needs to throw a more accurate pass there. And he's might have the first down.
I believe they
Parks
got it.
Yeah, Parks had room to run.
Just had to leave his feet just a little out in front of him. But now 4th and 20, and here comes a punt.
Yeah.
Keelan Highball in Missouri.
2 dynamic returners back there.
Yeah, I don't know which one you want to kick the ball to. I mean, I guess it's Highball, but
they both have had solid returns today, getting past the 50.
I mean, really all season.
Yeah. I mean, Jermaine's taken a couple back, and Highball has had a few long ones as well. Hasn't gotten to house one yet, though.
You know he's itching to house one this year.
Yeah. It is his senior year.
Ooh. High kick.
They're going to throw that. Wow.
Flag is thrown.
I mean, if you're Williams Pala'amu there, you just...
Well, I mean,
he landed, barely bumped into the punter.
Yeah.
Great sell by the punter.
It's not his fault. Yeah, the punter did flop a little bit.
But that must be just running into the kicker, right? Can't be roughing, you would think.
Yeah.
Rodriguez crowd here. Not happy about that.
I think we're going to get a re-kick.
I mean, great effort by Pala'amu.
I thought he had a chance to get that when I saw him rushing.
He was like, I have a lot of tackle for losses. Watch me block a punt here. Almost got there.
I think they're going to call a roughing.
So I don't think they're going to redo the kick, are they? It's like
that's a first down, right? If it's
I think it is a first down.
Yeah.
Wow, that is a huge call.
Wow.
Now Vacaville has 1st and 10, a whole new drive. Wow.
I mean, the punter did sell it quite a bit. I'm surprised the ref.
But I mean, Paul, he barely bumped him. He barely bumped him. And they're calling that roughing the punter? Oh my goodness.
So a new set of downs for the Bulldogs. They're going to start off with the rush. And again, it is stuffed.
Now this
looks like that was Jamar.
This Rodriguez defense, they're going to play angry now after that. They don't like that penalty. They feel like it was a bad call in there.
Yeah,
right?
McPeters and Marseille Sayas filled the hole there beautifully right there, seeing the run inside zone was coming. And Just like that, Tanner Boyd once again can't get anything going in the game.
I mean, this is reminiscent of the first drive of the game. Get a stop, penalty, keeps the drive going.
So it was a gain of nothing. It's 2nd and 10. Jackson's going to drop back to pass. Oh, and he trips, throws the ball up. Is that considered a fumble?
It's an
incomplete pass. Call it incomplete pass, yeah.
It's a little funky looking. I'm not sure
that,
if I've
that was
seen nothing like that.
That was a Brock Purdy Iowa State highlight reel play. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you know. But Brennan Jackson, he does get kind of sloppy with the ball. He does have 4 fumbles this year at the quarterback position. So
almost threw a really bad pick there, too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Trey Ciez almost got his hands on that. That could have been really bad for Vacaville in that situation.
3rd and 10. And Jackson had a nice little soft touch. Not enough for a first down as the receiver was Devin Bishop.
Flag on the play. This is on Rod. That's killing them. Holding. Oh, it's on Vacaville. Okay.
I was about to say, if this is on Rodriguez, that's going to be a little demoralizing there.
Yeah. If you're Miles King, though, I think you should decline that penalty and make it 4th down, 4th and 8. Yeah. But he accepts it. Now they get another 3rd down.
He has trust in this defensive line to get pressure, though.
Yeah. They have brought the heat almost all game.
So it is 3rd and 20. Looks like they're calling it.
You can hear this crowd getting really into it.
There's Brennan Jackson. He's going deep into the seam, but is not able to complete it. It's a bit short. It was actually to the outside receiver.
I mean, there's 4 Rodriguez defenders around it.
So maybe.
Yeah, Trey Ciez ran up from the safety position thinking he was going to get a pick, but the ball went farther than he thought it was. And
look at King. He trusted his defense, and it's 4th and even longer.
Yeah. Perhaps a chess move from Coach King. Looks like there's a new kicker for the Bulldogs. And it's blocked. Oh, and it bounced up. Finally brought down. Was it number 7? Jamani Elliott.
You called it, Robert.
I'm telling you, this pressure by both teams on the punt.
And it was Paul Amu.
It was, yeah.
Got his get back.
He did get it. Had that, what we will call a bad call on that roughing the punter. He made up for it right there.
Shades of Jadeveon Clowney at South Carolina.
Ball don't lie.
Yeah.
I mean, 4 minutes, 17 seconds to play here, and Rodriguez got great field position like they're used to now.
You definitely want to run the clock, though, if you're Rodriguez. Try and keep this drive alive going into the 4th quarter. That would be the ideal for the Mustangs.
There's 4 minutes, 15 seconds. That's in the 3rd quarter. They're going to start off their drive with a handoff, the high ball. Able to push through for 5 yards and another flag.
It's going to be Matthew Parks get called for a face mask.
Tackled by number 80, Adam Cook.
He kind of just had a hold of Highball's face mask.
I do want to touch back on what you said earlier, Holden, where you want a long drive here, nice 4-minute drive. That will make this offense feel good about how they're operating right now going into the 4th quarter. Because if you get that 4-minute drive, and Vacaville, you're tiring them out. They're going to get tired, and by the end of the 4th quarter in a critical situation, who knows?
And also, Rodriguez, a key point to note out, they're up by 1 point. If they score and get a 2-point conversion, it's a 2-possession game, which is huge going into the 4th quarter.
That's really key for them.
And the face mask was called on Parks right there. Another penalty on Vacaville. Penalties have been huge against them tonight.
It's a new set of downs for Burke in this offense. Burke's going to keep it. This time is met with a bunch of Bulldogs defenders. Maybe a gain of just a couple.
I mean, I like Burke putting his body on the line, but I get a little scared there when he gets hit by those linebackers.
Definitely a risky play as a quarterback, but he saw it was a good read. The defense was all dropped back, and he knows that D-line has been stuffing the run pretty well when Highball's running it. I'm going to keep myself and try and get into space. Got a couple of yards off of it. He's been good running the ball tonight.
Super athletic. I'm surprised they don't utilize it more.
2nd and 6. Another handoff to Highball, and it's stuffed at the line again.
See, you got to keep that if you're Burke. You got so much. If it was a read option, I completely understand because Burke is not going to pull that. It's not going to go against the play call.
But instinctually, sometimes you got to do things on your
Yeah.
own. You see a wide open hole to the right there. He had daylight going to the end zone, and with his speed, he could have got there.
Yeah.
So it is just 3rd and 6.
I look for Samuel Hall here, key 3rd down player for them.
In the slot. Burke keeps it for himself. He's going to roll to his right and hit the man.
He's right on the yard marker.
We'll see what they say.
They're going to mark him, I think, a yard short.
I believe that was Trey Saez.
Brings up 4th down and short, it looks like.
Now, I mean, you're on the far right hash. I don't think you can kick it if you're Rodriguez. It does put them up by 4, making Vacaville need a touchdown. But if I'm King, I'm confident in the offense. Get the 1st down. Keep the drive moving.
I mean, all you're asking for is your O-line to push a foot.
Huge play here.
Here it is. It's 4th and 1. Burke does hand it off. Did he get it?
Looks like he got it.
I think, he kind of fell.
Like he did.
He fell over the line. That's going to be a 1st down.
What a gutsy play call there by Miles King. You know the run's been getting stuffed all night long, and you go back to it, pick up a key 4th down.
That's what it takes to win football games against the Bulldogs. You're going to have to make those risky decisions. Well played by Coach King.
And off topic a little bit, the food smells great tonight.
It does. They got some nice food. I mean, I only ate the Skittles. I was eyeing the pizza, though. It looked good. A pitcher Highball.
When did you see the pizza, Drew?
Oh, this older gentleman just walked by, and he handed us 2 plates of pizzas. I mean, I didn't take any, but I'm sure a couple.
Ate too many Skittles, man.
Yeah, no.
You missed out.
Skittles are all I need, baby.
It wasn't a bad pizza. They're doing exactly what you said, though, Holden. They're running down this clock a little bit.
Penalty does set them back, though. I believe that they got holding called on them.
At the 25-yard.
But yeah, I mean, they've already brought it down to 1:40 seconds in this 3rd quarter.
And the clock's still running here.
So 1st and 20. Burke.
Oh.
Risky pass and his first interception of the season. Was it number 1, Tommy Johnson, who ended up with the ball? And that is huge.
Just the wrong read at the wrong moment. He had Jermaine, Missouri wide open in the middle of the field. Went to the right side a little quick, causing a bad turnover there.
That's huge for Vacaville. Get the ball with some momentum now. Crowd's probably going to get into it a little more. Going into this 4th quarter.
They don't want to lose on homecoming night.
Exactly.
So Dylan Burke, was it 25 touchdowns?
I believe so. It was 26 actually with the 2 he's had today.
So incredible.
Yeah.
That's his first turnover of the year.
And it's just it's a bad read from him.
Yeah. And again, just a crucial turnover as Jackson goes play action deep to number 14.
That's a beautiful play.
Able to make the play, and is tackled just inside the 30-yard line from number 14, Jaden Beeman Santos.
I mean, the play design from Vaca High on that 1st down play, they've been running that stretch zone all game to Boyd. They fake it, bootleg Brendan Jackson out to the right side, give him some momentum to throw it up to his tallest receiver, Jaden Beeman Santos, for a big play.
Just absolutely beautiful, and that's the 2nd time today we've seen Jermaine, Missouri get burnt on a deep route. A little concerning there.
Just like that with 2 plays. Energy is flipped. It's 1st and 10. 1 minute left. No flag yet.
It was a motion. He just wasn't sure of it. Another run stuffed on Boyd. They've done such a great job of containing him, but Vacaville's been able to counter.
I mean, their play action pass like we just saw, that was beautiful. Absolute dime.
Just 35 seconds, so it's just a gain of 1 from Boyd there.
You can hear this Rodriguez sideline. Their fans asking for defense here.
Here's Jackson. Pressure from James Kaufman. Threw it to no one.
Just a tad bit high. You know, Jackson, he's been a little high today on these throws.
Yeah, he's just trying to get over the line and get it out to his receivers before he's getting sacked. And Kaufman had great pressure there off the edge.
He might have to jump throw like Bryce Young was doing.
3rd and 9.
Interested to see what Rodriguez calls here on defense. Do you send pressure? Do you stay in your
It looks
zone?
like they're going to send pressure. McPeter's creeping up along with Sias.
Here it comes.
Oh!
Picked off! What a play from number 2! Marcel Sias.
He read that all the way.
That was a great play. You were talking about the play design from Miles King and the defense coordinator for Rodriguez. They show blitz on both linebackers. Sias drops back while McPeters goes, and he sniffs the screen out beautifully, and it's just an overthrown pass by Jackson.
I mean, Marcy, he just read that beautifully. He didn't fall for it at all. It saw the ball was coming his direction. He must have been so excited, got that pick.
Not only that, the catch was phenomenal as well.
I mean,
really got up there.
Yeah.
Fully extended and everything. Great play. And just like that, Rodriguez gets their momentum back.
And now
this crowd's alive.
And now they've got a drive to go into the 4th quarter with a 1-point lead. They'll run one play before going into the 4th.
Here it is. Burke got all day in the pocket.
Oh!
Big hit. Who was that? Number 25, Jelani Wiggins.
Don't run straight at him. Boy, that was a big hit.
Reminiscent of Ray Lewis on that play.
Oh
my God.
That was like Diamador Lenore from the 49ers. That's a DB doing that.
Those are the kind of hits we like to see in a game like this to end the 3rd quarter. Just one more quarter of play. It's a 1-point game for history.
Yeah, I mean, Rodriguez looking for their first ever win against Vacaville. Got the lead by 1 after the clutch interception from Marcel Sias.
I mean, can you imagine the satisfaction Rodriguez will get if they get their first win on Vacaville's homecoming night? They're like, you chose us? You don't want that.
Well, these next 12 minutes will decide their fate. I'm very excited to see how Dylan Burke performs after just giving up his first turnover of the year. How does he respond in the biggest quarter of his high school career?
I think it's important for him to, take this moment of adversity, you should say, and should be like, look, I'm going to make mistakes as a quarterback. Every quarterback throws. Peyton Manning threw 20 interceptions his rookie year. He's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. So if you're Dylan Burke, 1 interception, not that big of a deal. Just bounce back on the next drive and finish the game strong.
This next drive, he shouldn't play with any trepidation at all. He's just got to clear that out, get it out of his head, and just Miles King, I hope he draws something up for him, giving him his confidence back.
They will start 2nd down and 2nd and 7. All on the 35.
Shamar's way down here.
Here we go. They'll start with a handoff. And nothing.
These run plays, they're trying to space the DBs out to see if Highball can get past the 2nd level and get some space in the open field. But the D-line and middle linebackers have just been so good for Vacaville all night long. It doesn't matter if you have your receivers over on the sideline getting guarded by 4 DBs.
You might need to bring some of them over to help block in the run game.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great point, Robert. They could bring in Trey Sias to help block. Haven't done it much yet.
Here's 3rd and 4. Burke looking for Trey Sias. Gets a block from Samuel Hall and is able to get the 1st down.
I mean, Vacaville was sending the house there on that one. Dylan Burke getting the ball out quick to Saez, great play by him. Way to get a first down on the play.
And there is a player down for Vacaville. I believe it's number 40, Kobe Ortiz, who's had a huge game tonight defensively and on special teams.
Oh, he's quite upset. This doesn't look good.
And Coach Pop is there with the medical staff checking him out.
I mean, just took off that helmet, slammed it away from him.
He's up and walking, though. Might be a little bit of an overreaction. But
from how he was reacting, I thought it was a lot worse. Walking it off now. Maybe a little stinger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think that really just goes to show the emotion these high school kids are putting out on the field.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta give it your all, especially in a close game like this. On your homecoming night, you want to win.
You want tomorrow at the dance to be a great night. You don't want to be thinking about that loss the next day.
So new set of downs for Rodriguez. Burke will start with a handoff to Highball.
That's a solid 3-yard. It's only a 3-yard game, but that's a good way to start the new set of downs if you're Rodriguez. And it does run the clock a little bit. Already under 11 minutes here in the fourth quarter. And you're just about to pass midfield if you're Rodriguez.
I like that how they haven't gone away from the run game today, though.
Yeah, that's a great point because they have been stopped multiple times.
High ball.
Another great gain right there.
And like we said earlier, with Highball's game last week against Vanden, he's really grown himself into that running back one position. You know, right now, if it was Rodriguez 2 weeks ago, they'd be rotating between Highball and the Saez brothers, along with number 24 Jordan Woods, who got a couple carries throughout the season. But now it's just strictly Highball. And I love to see that for him as a player.
Just shows how much confidence they have in him now, the ability to find the gap in the line and take advantage of it.
It's 3rd and 2.
Vacaville's going to bring the blitz.
Looks like it.
Whistle
blows.
Antsy.
Timeout.
Rodriguez.
Timeout, Rodriguez.
It's their first of the half. Just talking over what they were seeing from the defensive Vacaville because they were getting antsy there.
Yeah, I think it's important. This is a huge play if you're Rodriguez. If you get this first down, you can run the clock down to at least 5 minutes if you score.
Right.
And that's if you score though. And if you're Rodriguez, that's the main goal right now is run this clock down and score, and then get that 2-point conversion, kind of seal the game for the most part. If you're the Mustangs.
Just want to see nice fundamental football here on this drive.
So 9 minutes, 50 seconds. Third down.
And I believe Vacaville is still going to show blitz here. I don't believe they're going to go away from what they were doing.
Yeah, I agree.
I expect Rodriguez to maybe go with an RPO here. Fake like you're doing the handoff. Let Burke read what the defense. If they blitz, run a little slant route over the middle with Samuel Hall.
Burke's had some good reads all night on those RPOs.
Or even a little pop pass to Ciaz right now.
Burke drops back. It's going deep. Jermaine Missouri can't get it. A flag is thrown.
He was begging for a flag from the official near him, but the back judge throwing that all the way.
I think they're going to call holding instead of pass interference.
Again, it was one-on-one coverage.
I mean, you could
Tommy
see
Johnson.
the frustration by Missouri there. He was asking for that penalty even before the ball got there.
And once again, on a crucial 3rd down, Vacaville gives up a penalty.
Make it first down.
Yeah. I mean, that's really what's been the game change tonight for the Bulldogs is they have multiple penalties in crucial situations, giving Rodriguez more chances. They're shooting themselves in the foot.
They are shooting themselves in the foot. That's what I was about to say, Holden. It's just been bullet after bullet in that foot. I don't know how much foot they got left.
You got a pinky toe left. That's about it.
9 minutes, 45. A handoff, high ball.
Another good run. The O-line for Rodriguez is doing a great job of just holding their blocks on the first level and then high ball get past them to go to the second level.
They've gotten better later in this game, too. Earlier in the game, they were getting blown up all sorts, and now they're getting consistent blocks for high ball to get a decent 4-yard gain.
Looks like it's 2nd and 6. Harry Sias and Jamar alongside their QB, Dylan Burke, going back out to the huddle. And we just hit the 9-minute mark. Burke's going to keep it. Pressure coming.
Oh!
Almost picked
wow.
off.
That
Tommy
is
Johnson.
That's a sigh of relief if you're Dylan Burke and that whole Rodriguez team, because that could have easily gone for 6 the other way.
Oh my God, I got scared on that play for Burke. Pressure on him, and then Johnson almost ran the route. And Jamar Missouri is going to have to come off for this play because his helmet came off.
Oh.
It is 3rd down, too.
That's a key weapon out for them.
Man, what a game Tommy Johnson is having.
Yeah, and he's really bounced back since that first touchdown he allowed to Jermaine Missouri. First score of the game.
So it's now 3rd and 6.
Big play right here.
High ball keeps it, goes to the outside. Looks like he's going to have enough for a first down and more. To just a 20. They're in the red zone now. What a run.
Way to go, high ball. You got outside your line, saw the open field, took advantage of it, getting more yards after what you needed. Great play by him.
And that's a great play call from Miles King. It's 3rd and, 7, 6. Vacaville's probably expecting a pass or some sort of play action screen pass. Just run the ball with high ball. He's been doing good this drive so far, getting solid 4 or 5 yard gains. Let's see if he can get some more.
Looks like he's going to keep it. And will be tackled just about the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 1.
High ball on the right side, taken down by number 5.
We're now heading, we're about to be under the 8-minute mark. And they just got into the red zone.
I'm really liking this drive here. Runs, very moderate passing. You're keeping the clock going.
Burke's telling them all to get to the edge of the sideline.
Burke keeps it for himself with the run. Able to make a man miss. Looks like he's able to push out a couple more yards.
That's a great job by Burke. QB power, and he sees he has the vision of a running back right there, seeing the outside wasn't there, cut back into the inside, get a couple extra yards. Now you got a manageable 3rd and a couple.
He was waving his receivers off. He's like, get away from me. Let me create some space on my own.
So makes it 3rd and 3. 7 minutes, 30 seconds left to play.
And like we said, this game was going to be decided in the trenches, and right now the trenches are being won by Rodriguez. And that's a great hard count by Dylan Burke. Wow. It's going to get him the first down, too.
Way to use your cadence there. You know, pre-snap, they're like, on 2, boys, and good job by the O-line to not jump at all. That's really great by the O-line.
So first down for the Rodriguez Mustangs.
I mean, this has been just a great whole team execution on offense. That's 3rd and 3. Give him the hard count. See if you can get him to jump and get the 1st and goal. And they got it. They got it.
I mean, the tape Miles King's going to be showing them is this exact drive, how they're sustaining it right now.
Rodriguez, huddle up.
And like you said, Holden, we might get to that 5-minute mark by the end of this if they score.
Yeah, just under 7 minutes. It's going to be close.
Dylan Burke hands it off to high ball. A flag is thrown. See what they call
you
it.
can hear the fans in front of us calling for what the flag is. I'm confused myself. I didn't see much on that play.
I think they're going to get holding on Rodriguez. But it was on the opposite side of the run play. I don't know. I mean, That does also stop the clock. So, sigh of relief on this drive from Vacaville, as you really haven't gotten anything to go your way.
But it's still first down, and it gives them more space to work with.
I wouldn't be surprised if they just keep running the ball, though.
Actually, the clock is still running.
6 minutes, 45 seconds. High ball still in that backfield alongside Burke.
Spacing out the far trips receivers to the far side of the field.
Another handoff to high ball, but it's stuffed. Can't see who it is. Was it number 2 for the Bulldogs? Brandon Morton.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a great all-around player for that defense and offense. He's been good running the ball tonight for Vacaville. Coming up huge on that first down.
I mean, Vacaville here, you got to hold to a field goal. You can't allow a touchdown, and then if they get that 2-point, they're sealing the game right there. 2 scores, you got to make them hold to a field goal.
And if you're Rodriguez, you need to score this on this drive because you've taken up, I think, about like 6 minutes on this drive. And if you don't come away with anything, that is a huge loss other than just getting time off the clock.
Looks like it's 2nd and 16. Another flag is thrown.
I believe it's going to be delay a game. Yep.
Oh, my.
Wow, so that moves him back.
A bunch of miscommunication there. You saw Dylan Burke look to the sideline, look back to his line, and just not enough communication there by that Rodriguez team.
Yeah, and they've been so good this whole drive of being super fundamental, and just not making any mistakes, and now two straight negative plays. 2nd and goal from the 22 now.
Yeah, I mean, what is the play call? Just sailing up to the Missouri brothers?
I mean, you got to believe it is, right? You got 6'5" on either side of you. Might as well throw it up there. But there again, both of them are way on the sidelines.
They are going to hand it off to high ball.
Got to hold up the middle.
High ball up the middle.
It's a solid 5-yard gain.
Now it's 3rd down, though. 3rd and long. You got to get to the goal line. You can't get a first down here. Got to come up with something creative.
I mean, if you're Rodriguez, are you just trying to get to the middle of the field and give Trey Sias a chance to kick a field goal to go up by 4? A lot of choices here if you're Miles King.
I mean, Trey Sias is probably begging for that opportunity, but I don't know if they really want to give it to him. They might want to just put this game away.
A field goal goes against their whole identity. Would be very unusual of Coach King. Burke keeps it for himself and is looking in that far side.
Oh my!
Get in!
Oh my goodness!
Jermaine, Missouri to potentially ice the game. Waller!
Play by Missouri. Oh my God, he had about a foot to work with on that sideline. Somehow got a foot in while maintaining possession.
And credit that play fully. I know the catch was amazing and the toe tap was amazing by Missouri, but Dylan Burke just read that defense beautifully. He saw the safety shade over to the trip side, giving Missouri the one-on-one, and he threw a beautiful back shoulder throw at the pylon. Oh my goodness.
And I'm surprised they're not going for 2 here. They're kicking the extra point.
I mean, just after that play, just stay safe if you're Miles King. I understand that you could go up by 2 possessions, and that got under 5 minutes to go here in this game.
I mean, the amount of spectacular plays we've seen tonight.
It's like the kick is good. It's now 22-14.
God.
We are 4 minutes and 50 seconds away from history.
And now for the Bulldogs, the pressure is on. Especially if you're Tanner Boyd, who hasn't done much all game. You got to come up with something here. And Brendan Jackson come up with another huge play for Vacaville.
I mean, again, though, like you were saying, Dylan Burke, amazing throw. Imagine how he feels right now after throwing his first pick of the season to throw that absolute dime in the end zone. He must be feeling great right now.
Now this Rodriguez crowd getting into it.
I think we have Dylan Burke's mom in front of us.
Yeah, she's on her feet.
She is excited, wearing that Burke Bedazzled 8 on her back.
And this is a huge. If Rodriguez's crowd can all get into it, I don't know if Vacaville, they're gonna have a tough going on this drive.
Yeah, maybe it's just because we're on the away side, but I feel the energy a lot more over here. I was expecting more from the dog pounds.
Well, I mean, ball goes out of bounds. There's a penalty on the play for it going out of bounds. But that Vacaville sideline, it's been quiet the whole night, it's felt like.
Well, I think because they expect more. They're on such a high standard, I think. They're so used to beating this Rodriguez school that they weren't expecting to be down in the fourth quarter.
Down 8, 4 minutes, 50 seconds to play. I mean, you got to have a good drive here if you're Vacaville.
Yeah, I think you got to put the ball in the hands of your best playmakers. Bishop has been great tonight, along with Morton, and obviously keep giving the ball to Tanner Boyd, as at some point he's got to break out.
Jackson's got to play with poise here.
Yeah, just got to stay calm. He's got an empty here. He's got a receiver one-on-one on the far side of the field.
Motion is coming. That's the kicker. There's Jackson. He's going to start with a little slip pass and a big hit. Finally goes down. There's Jamar Missouri.
He is fired up, ladies and gentlemen. Came sprinting from across the field to make that tackle.
Well, I tell you, Robert, it's not just him. It's everybody in this Rodriguez away crowd.
And he comes up huge in so many big moments for this Rodriguez team. Against Vanden,
on the defensive side of the ball, too.
Defensive side of the ball, he was phenomenal against Vanden last week, especially in those clutch moments. And right there, you see he comes up big. Huge stop on first down. We'll see if Vacaville can respond.
4 minutes, 15 seconds left in this ball game. Jackson dropping back to pass. He's got all day in the pocket. He's going to take it himself. Get a couple yards.
Yeah, I mean, Rodriguez only rushed one.
Paul Amu,
yeah.
Really the only man, and he still got pressure somehow. They put 10 in coverage. Paul Amu said, I'm a one-man wrecking crew.
I mean, if you're Vacaville and you see Rodriguez doing that, though, just run the ball.
I know.
Just doing an inside zone to Tanner Boyd up the middle.
That's so many free yards for you.
And
3 minutes, 40 left to play. It's 3rd and 7. Jackson is going to the middle of the field and is able to make the play. Number 14, Jaden Beeman Santos.
I mean, in those big moments, he has come up huge so far tonight. Been Vacaville's top receiver all season, and he is tonight.
And way to go by Jackson, staying calm in that situation, looking downfield, getting it right on target for the first down. Keeps the drive going.
Now they're at midfield.
Huge play by Jackson to keep this drive alive. Looks like it's Tanner Boyd in the backfield.
Trips to the right side. He's going to look for something there.
Doesn't see anything. He's going to scramble around. Pressure coming. Able to manipulate the pocket and keep going for a first down. Still on his feet and is going to be tackled at the 30 with a flag coming in.
That is a huge, great job by Brennan Jackson keeping the play alive, improvising, finding the open space.
Who's the penalty on, though, is the question. If this is on Vacaville, that is extremely awful.
Holding.
I mean,
that's been the story of the game so far.
You gotta feel for Jackson.
Now it will be from the spot of the foul, so they still got about 10 yards on that play, and it will be a first down. But still, that's only a 10-yard play instead of a 20-yard play.
He was fighting for his life out there, and just to get 20 yards on that scramble after running about 60 back and forth.
Just hit the 3-minute mark. It's officially crunch time here in Vacaville, California.
Trips to the right side. He's got Boyd pass blocking for him.
Firework goes off out of nowhere. He's going deep and it's intercepted. Number 4, Trey Sias. And that just might be the ball game.
That needs the credit. Vacaville does have 3 timeouts. They need a stop, but that is a huge interception by Trey Sias.
What do we say about Trey Sias? He plays offense, he plays defense, and that's also the kicker making the interception.
Man.
And he's a sophomore. A sophomore. That's incredible, man.
I mean, what a time for a firework to go off in the middle of the play.
Scared me a little bit.
I saw that thing going up, and I was like, oh, my God.
So, yeah, like you said, Holden, Rodriguez still needs at least a first down.
First down steals it for sure. There's no 2-minute warnings in high school.
Vacaville, you got to play stout defense here. You can't allow a good run here.
Ball on.
And it looks like it will be a run with how far the receivers are off the ball.
Yeah, I don't see why you wouldn't run it. They do. It's the high ball, and it's tackled. Big loss there.
That's exactly what that Vacaville defense needed, to get that tackle for loss. Way to stop high ball there.
Yeah, great job by Morton, just securing the edge, seeing that high ball likes to bounce it outside. He's been one of the highlights for Vacaville today. And they do call a timeout to stop the clock.
I mean, what a game by this Rodriguez team today.
It's been beautiful to watch.
They're
Really
taking advantage of penalties. They got takeaways. I mean, right place, right time, it feels like, for them.
And a concern going into that Vanning game last week was Rodriguez going to stay safe and not commit as many penalties as they did the week before, committing over 10 penalties against Bethel. Even though they won 50-0, still had multiple penalties that you should not be committing if you're Rodriguez. You could have won that game 80-0 if you didn't have all those penalties.
I mean, just the discipline they've shown today is very impressive from how they were playing 2 weeks ago, even though they're blowing teams out.
2 minutes, 40 seconds away.
And then if you're Vacaville here, do you dial up some pressure? Bring a blitz? Because you know they're going to run the football.
Yeah.
You definitely want to contain the edges, though, because high ball is so fast bouncing it out on the outside.
Yeah, he has that breakaway speed that no one can really catch if he gets out there.
2nd and 13. Burke, another handoff to high ball. It is on the outside. Oh, and
That's
good
a great
tackle there. 25, Jelani Wiggins.
That's
huge.
If high ball doesn't get tackled right there, he might be going up the sideline as we speak for a touchdown. I'm being dead serious.
Way to trip him up there. Like, that might be a key play that we come back to later.
Credit to the Bulldogs defense. They've balled out this game.
And they're not going to call a timeout here. Let the clock run a little bit. Save one timeout. Just try and get a stop here on 3rd and long. Smart here by Coach Pop.
You got plenty of time here if you're Vacaville. Plenty of time.
Just hit the
Bring in the
2-minute
pressure.
mark. It's a pitch. And another tackle for loss.
Now call timeout. And you're going to force a punt. You got under. This is the 2-minute drill that you dream of as a quarterback.
I mean, great job by the Vacaville defense. You're coming off your quarterback, turning over the football. You're coming onto the field, and you make that stand. Great job.
That's exactly what the Bulldogs needed from their defensive unit. So now you're pretty backed up into your own territory. You're going to need a big punt.
I've been saying it all game long. You cannot allow a block punt in this situation.
If you're Miles King, I know this is going to sound crazy, but seeing how he threw the ball earlier, do you fake the punt with Trey Saez?
No.
In this situation.
I mean, Miles King, he does have some tricks up his sleeve, but I believe in an 8-point game, you don't risk anything right now. You haven't beat this team in 16 tries.
The ball's on the 7.
I don't know. It's just something to put out there, but I don't think he would do it when they're up by 8.
I like where your head's
2
at.
minutes. Yeah. I was thinking, what would Dan Campbell do right here?
What would Dan Campbell do?
If that's how the game gets iced, that would be one for the ages.
That's actually a perfect description of Miles King. He coaches like Dan Campbell.
Again, exactly 1:48 on the clock.
Don't allow pressure here.
Yeah, they're only going to send one gunner. They're going to bring the other gunner in close to help block. High snap. Oh, he got blocked! Oh, my goodness!
That's a safety. And they get the ball.
So now they won't need the 2-point conversion if they score a touchdown. They'll tie the game, and then they just need the extra point.
I was just saying it, gentlemen. You cannot allow a block punt here. And that pressure just came in clean off the close gunner's side.
I wish I saw who
now,
blocked the punt.
I think they're discussing on if this will be a touchdown or a safety, because it was
He didn't.
I mean, I don't think he recovered it. I don't think he recovered it.
I wouldn't be surprised if this is not a safety, or if this is a safety. No one recovered the ball in the end zone, went out of bounds. Has to be a safety.
There's been a couple punts where,
I mean,
almost got blocked, and there it is, the biggest punt of the game.
Just when we think the game is like over, the other team just comes in.
And it is a safety.
Wow, what a play by the Bulldogs special team unit. It's 22-16.
And now they're going to get the ball down by 6 instead of 8, which is honestly huge because now you don't need the two-point conversion.
So huge. And then their special team unit is so good, extra points should be money for them.
And they still got their 2 timeouts. They only used 1 timeout there, and only less than a minute went off the clock.
Oh my goodness.
During that drive.
What coaching by Coach Pop of the Vacaville high school team.
Looks like this game will be decided by the final drive.
You can just feel the stunnedness in this Rodriguez crowd.
How can you not love football? I'm shaking my hands. I'm ready.
You were saying you were waiting for basketball season, but this game.
Yeah, no, they act like two legends cannot coexist. I love both of them.
Wow.
And since this was a safety, Trey Si's going to have to punt it, which he's not as good at. As we saw earlier, he had that deep kick, but it was from the tee. So he's going to have to punt this.
Well, do you think the usual punter would be out there for Rodriguez instead of Trey Si?
Trey Si, yeah.
Sorry, my fault. He is not used to punting.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't punted much this season at all. Oh, they're going to let him kick with the tee. Oh, well, never mind then.
I've seen that happen in high school.
I'm used to safeties being punted.
Might be an NFL rule we are thinking of.
Back to return is Devin Bishop.
This is actually
for Vacaville.
Rodriguez since he gets to kick it off now.
Good kick. Will be going to Bishop. Able to escape the tackle and will be tackled.
Good field position.
Midfield.
Good field position for Vacaville. And now if you're Brendan Jackson, stay calm, keep your poise, complete passes down the field. He did great on that last drive, other than the interception.
On the bootleg rollout, he's been so good at that today. He's been money on his passes. I wouldn't doubt if you go play action first play.
Jackson has had a pretty good game. If he could somehow figure out how to get a game-winning drive on homecoming night, they might have to build him a statue.
I think you got to look for Beeman Santos right here. Jermaine Missouri's lined up on him in the slot. Try and match the height.
Minute 35, here's Jackson. Scanning. No pressure coming. He's going to take it himself. A good spin move on Sayas. And maybe an 8-yard gain.
It's a solid run from him right there. 8-yard run. But he's got Bishop open on a crow route right there. He's got to throw that. Let Bishop run with it. Has some space to run.
And again, that means the clock is ticking. It's 1 minute, 10 seconds left. 2nd and 2. Jackson again has time.
No one open.
And just able to get out.
Oh, he breaks the tackle.
Big hit. But did not matter for number 3 for the Bulldogs, Tanner Boyd.
So they were going to call that a fumble.
I have no idea how Jackson got that ball off.
Oh, no. And Paul Amu's down.
He had so many guys on him. Just to get that ball away was even impressive. And now our attention's turned towards Paula Amu.
Yeah, he's limping. Now that's gonna stop the clock, actually.
Let me add, I did see him laying down on the ground before that play was happening. So I don't know if he was hurt during that play. I still love the effort of him getting up and fighting for his team, though.
I believe who got their hands around Jackson, was it?
I believe it was Jamar Missouri.
Missouri?
Off the edge.
I mean, that's a key loss there for Rodriguez.
Limping off to the sideline. In comes number 47, James Kaufman.
Had a pressure earlier in the game.
This doesn't look good for Paula Amu. He can barely take a seat, young man, please.
It's very unfortunate for the young kid. I'm sure he wanted to be on the field.
They're going to tape it up. But, I mean, just for the safety of the player, don't send him back out there if he can't
He's
play
in
to
a
his
lot
full
of
capacity.
pain right now.
Kaufman will have to come up big in his replacement. Ball is on the 32 with under a minute left to play. 54 seconds. Here's Jackson. Steps up in the pocket. What do you got? Brings it himself at the 20. Inside. No, just outside the 10, but a big run there.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Call timeout if you're Vacaville. You got to call timeout. Stop the clock. You got 45 seconds, and now you're in the red zone.
Ball is placed at the 11-yard line.
Why aren't they calling?
You can hear this Rodriguez crowd.
Why aren't they calling
the clock?
Why aren't they calling timeout though?
Yeah, they have one left, correct?
Yeah, they have two. They have two. They have two.
Jackson is just gonna
Run
take
it again.
himself again. This time is tackled.
call
by
timeout.
a couple
Now,
of
Call
other
timeout.
now you got to call it here. Thank you. I don't know why you don't take
Yeah,
it
they
on
called
the-
timeout. They called timeout. They called timeout.
I don't know why you don't take it the play before.
24 seconds to go in the game.
What's going through Coach Pop's mind right now?
Yeah, you could have ran that play with. Could have ran that play with your clock stopped at 38 seconds,
And you know Rodriguez isn't going to take the timeout. They have the
Yeah.
lead. If they had more timeouts, I believe they would take it.
Could not ask for a better ending to this ball game. It's been close
I mean,
since the start of the first quarter.
it's going to be all on Brendan Jackson right now to find an open receiver. Really hasn't been an open receiver this whole drive. He's really done it himself on the ground and then giving it to Tanner Boyd in the flat.
I mean, how much of a legend is he going to be at school on Monday if he leads this game-winning drive right here?
4 seconds. It's 2nd and 7 for Brendan Jackson. Tanner Boyd in the backfield.
Both sidelines are into
He's
it.
going to drop back the pass and throws it to no one to stop the clock. 20 seconds left.
That brings up third.
Late flag. Is that on the Bulldogs?
Oh, they are livid right now.
Oh, no, that could be crucial for the Bulldogs. I don't know who or what they called it
They
on.
called a late holding call.
Foul against Vacaville.
I don't.
Yeah,
That's good for Rodriguez, but I don't. That's a late flag. I don't know about that. And now you got it's third and basically goal. The first down marker's on the 1 yard line.
Yeah,
You gotta score.
Basically goal to go.
And now it's third and goal from the 20, 22.
Almost a 24, actually.
Yeah, 24. Yeah. Huge break for Rodriguez.
Whistle blows.
This might, yeah.
King's gonna call
Good
timeout.
timeout here by King. I like talking this one over.
Timeout Rodriguez.
What a finish we got going on here, gentlemen.
Could not ask for a better ending. I mean, I really don't know what to say. I'm nervous. I'm not even playing. I'm nervous.
Rodriguez crowd's into it. This Vacaville crowd's been starting to get into it. What's left of them over there, because they thought this game was over a long time ago.
I'm really shocked at how empty that student section looks.
I mean, Jackson's just been impressive this drive, though, Holden.
Well, granted to Vacaville, they do got a lot of people just on the
That
fence
is-
over
yeah,
there.
I didn't
You can
see
kind of
that.
see it
Oh,
on
yeah,
our
we
camera.
can see it
They're
far
all just
left.
sitting on the fence, ready to rush the field. It looks like.
I mean, can you imagine how insane this place would go if they score right here?
I mean, it'd be insane. Just gotta make one or two plays if you're Brendan Jackson. Find a guy, get him the ball.
He's done it all
Or
drive, Holden.
Do it yourself if you have to.
Brendan Jackson is going to air it out. He's low-key got him beat, and he misses it.
Oh no!
Just out of
Oh no!
Jake Williams, the intended target.
Williams putting his body on the line for the dive there, just out of his reach.
That's an open man, and Brendan Jackson just barely misses him. Oh,
That's
wow.
heartbreaking.
And now it's 4th and goal.
Down. This is ball game right here.
You'll take anything underneath if you're Rodriguez here. Just don't allow a touchdown. And if you're Vacaville, end zone is your target.
Look for Jovias Ronaldo on the outside if you're Vacaville.
Timeout Rodriguez. Their final of the half. Oh my goodness.
Why not? I got one to spare.
Timeout Rodriguez.
I mean, You couldn't ask for a better effort there on that play.
Just that it's a game of inches, man.
Wow.
One more step forward, and that's a touchdown to take the lead, basically.
This Rodriguez away crowd is booming.
They're getting into it.
They know what's at stake.
Players are hyping them up.
Even the cheerleaders are getting into it, man.
Let's give some love to the cheerleaders. They've been here all night.
No dancing for them. They're locked in.
Yeah, they are not doing any cheers right now. They are intensely watching.
Got trips to the left side.
Here it is.
Try and get something over the middle to Beeman Santos if you can, if you're Jackson.
Brandon Jackson looking for the sideline and an easy interception. Is that Marcai Saez?
It
is.
What a way to end this football game. Your first win in 17 games versus this Vacaville team on homecoming night.
And now Rodriguez advances to 6-0. That's gotta feel good if you're.
We gotta look at them as.
We gotta throw a party.
More pizza?
Yeah.
Man, a second interception for Marcai Saez to ice this game out. And like you said, Robert, for the first time in Rodriguez history, it's looking like they're gonna beat the Bulldogs.
In Vacaville territory as well.
You couldn't ask for a better ending.
And Brendan Jackson, the safety's going over. I just wanted to throw it to Beeman Santos right there. He's got one-on-one with Jermaine Missouri, but Missouri, I don't want to fault him a little bit, but he hasn't been that great in coverage tonight. He got one-on-one with your best receiver.
Right? And look at them, ladies and gentlemen. This Rodriguez team knew exactly what they were doing tonight.
I have never seen a high school game with this atmosphere. I cannot believe what I'm watching. History.
I'm getting goosebumps right now.
16-1.
16-1. The streak is finally over, and it's looking like for the first time, the Rodriguez Mustangs are the new powerhouse for the Monticello Empire League.
I mean, you got to give credit to Dylan Burke, that whole offense. They executed beautifully tonight. Burke bounced back after his first interception, throwing that dime to Jermaine Missouri. Just almost iced the game with that touchdown.
You couldn't have said it better, Holden. And this Vacaville team just constantly shooting themselves in the foot tonight with all those penalties. They're all heartbroken on that Vacaville sideline, and you must feel for them tonight.
What a game for the Rodriguez Mustangs. We're going to try to get a player interview. We might actually somehow find a way to get two. Stay tuned to see who that is with Nathaniel Thomas on the field.
All right, thanks, guys. I'm joined by Dylan Burke and Jermaine here on Rodriguez High. I want to ask both of you a question. I'm going to start by letting Jermaine answer first, but I'll let you listen also. You know, before today, Rodriguez was 0-16 against Vacaville, but this year, you guys are undefeated. What was the mindset going into this game and dealing with the nerves and also that pressure to maintain the perfect record as well as prove your point against Vacaville? Let's start with you.
I think our mentality coming to the game was just dominate. You know, they've been beating us for a long time now, and you know, me and Dylan's connection, we just can't let with the special gifts we have together, we couldn't let that happen again. So we just came out, and it's just dogfight. It's a dogfight.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Backing off of what he said, we just had to come out. We had to be dominant. I mean, we had to make the change. Somebody had to do it, and we did. Me and this guy right here, this is a special guy right here. He goes up, makes plays for me all game long, every single game. So shout out him. Shout out my whole team.
Dylan, this question is just for you. I noticed you were experiencing a little discomfort in the lower half. Can you tell us a little bit how you played through that and how it may have affected you in the second half?
I mean, yeah. We're getting a bit of a heavy blitz, a heavy set defense overall. We knew what we were getting into. So, I mean, I had a couple bumps and bruises here and there, but I knew I had to finish for my team. I had to be there. I had to do it.
Well, strong finish indeed, and I guess that leads into my next question. You guys have a perfect 6-0 record, and you've beat some of the top programs in your schedule so far. What are you going to do to maintain that intensity to keep the pressure going for the rest of the seasons? Jermaine?
to keep up this winning streak, I think we have to dominate in practice. Really, where all our hard work's come is we run a lot at practice. So we're built for times like this, and we just got to keep up that momentum and just keep pushing and keep going.
I think the biggest thing for us moving forward is going to be not getting complacent. We can't be satisfied with this. Can't be satisfied with this game, the last game, the game before that. We just got to keep pushing and keep progressing every single week, getting better and better.
All right, boys, thank you for your time. Go celebrate.
Yes, sir.
Go celebrate your win. Good job. Congratulations. All right, so I've been Nathaniel Thomas here with the Solano College Sports Network here at Vacaville High on this homecoming night. Rodriguez beats Vacaville 22-16, and we would like to give a sincere thank you to all of you who tuned in. We'll see you at the next one.